In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Good evening and welcome to the last evening show of the week. I'm Aaron. I look dashing. I know. You don't have to tell me. I can't help it. When you're as goddamn good at this as we are, you can't not look good. I just do that. You know, honestly, it's just to upset some people. This show has always had a problem reaching people without a sense of humor. If you've ever taken yourself too seriously, you're not going to like this show. You just don't. If you don't take yourself too seriously and you don't think you're important, you're going to have a good time. And if you don't think I'm important, you're going to have a good time. Trust me. But usually, if you don't like steel toe, you probably take yourself just a little bit. Okay, no. That's a cop-out. If you don't like steel toe and you feel the need to hang around and watch it, you usually don't have a sense of humor. If you're a reasonable, well-adjusted human being and you don't like steel toe, you just don't watch it. So to those of you who are here and don't like it, congratulations. You fall into that first category. I hope you work on yourself. But if you don't, hey, have fun doing it, right, guys? Rusty Grammar says, Rusty Grammar, you want to do a cleansing? Go. Get it, son. I'm excited to see the results after the show. I think you should go hunting. And when you're done with your hunt, you let me know and give me all your stats. I think that's a great idea. Welcome to the program. Mr. Beat says these ads are so lame. I've been getting a lot of people complaining about the Rumble ads lately. And also, what do I have to do? Because, if Kevin Scampoli can get live reads from Rumble, then we, doing 400 or 500 at a time in the morning and then doing 1,200 at a time on Fridays, we can get some Rumble live reads. Do you have to do the Rumble Studio thing? Because I don't know if I want to do Rumble Studio because I've noticed the people who use Rumble Studio, I don't know if this is if it's on their end or if it's on Rumble Studio's end. It seems like it runs really shitty and the sound quality is garbage. Is that just the people using it, or is that a bug or a feature? I don't know. Either way, like to take some of that sweet Rumble live read money and then put that towards every day's goal. That'd be nice. I'm in the market. 240, by the way, speaking of the goal, 240 is the number tonight. Final evening show of the week, second to the last goal of the week. Oh, let's just liberate ourselves from it. Let's just be done with the damn thing and call it a night and fucking hang out. I'll cry a little bit. I'm going to have a good cry tonight. I deserve a good cry. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, for Christ's sake. And if you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, you deserve a good cry. It's been a rough 24 hours. 36 hell at this point. It's tough. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I was informed by numero uno Josh Denny fan that Kevin Brennan talked very nice and then very mean and then very nice and then very mean about Steel Toe. So we'll play that. We'll probably play that tomorrow because I haven't had a chance to look over it yet. But we got that. Somebody informed me just before the show started that Johnny got fucking hammered on his show today. I want to watch that. I want to watch Johnny get completely fucking tanked and talk some shit. I'm excited for that. Buffalo Jockey with $2 says, you still going on about the trolls? LOL. No, I just like to needle them. I like to poke them. I like to needle them because, like I've said, we don't have a very high class of trolls and they're very easily shaken. And I just like to start the show by going, poke. Or like, what's the movie where they have a tail. Somebody's following them. And they wake them up really early and they go, let's go. Come on. Get it, you know. Is it Jimmy and Goodfellas? I can't remember. But either way, I just like to taunt him a little bit, tap him on the forehead and go, hey, you little fucks. And they go, yeah, I fucking hate you. And you wake them up like Walking Dead zombies. I don't know. It's kind of fun for me. And they don't like it, so it's double fun. But thank you, Buffalo Jockey, for starting us off tonight with the $2. Raz of Chaz with 5. Says, don't look at the news. I think the rest of the Minnesota Vikings team was just in a bus crash. It apparently went off of a cliff. Oh, wait, that was the season. Ha ha! Fucking hilarious. I love football. It's great. I'm a huge football fan, and it's a shitload of fun. I'm having a good time being a Viking fan. What I meant to say was thank you for the $5, and we'll get to this a little bit later. Chevmatic with $5 says, pretty sure YouTube was censoring your morning show content and its comment section. Parts of your daily show bit were removed. No, that's, again, not a bug. That's a feature. We got our morning show was taken down today for playing that daily show clip, and I had to go in and edit parts of it out so that you guys could watch it, so that you could see it. I think, is that done then? Let me check on that. Because I got a notification that we were blocked globally. I think we've had one morning show play this week. The rest have been taken down. Yeah, here we go. This is the show from this morning. Okay, it's back to visible again. Yeah, I mean, whether it's been an Olympic clip we played or the country music we were playing on yesterday's show or the Daily Show clip from today, yeah, we just keep getting fucked. What can you do? Adam Simon gifting a membership. Thank you very much, buddy. Hey, buddy, ain't that Mississippi muddy? 230 is the number for today. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. Like I said, second to the last goal of the week. Let's crush it. Let's just get retarded with our money. 20 at a time. Let's fucking go, baby. Kraken Slappin' says, I am not spending $10 a month to get rid of the ads. Can give that to Steel Toe. I love hearing that. Taste Fairy Iolto says, I'm going to watch Scampoli after Steel Toe. That guy is a fucking lunatic. I love it. Somebody said, like, Scampoli wanted to be part of the boxing thing we were going to do. And I was going to find him an opponent. And then somebody said John backed out of the boxing thing. Is that why I haven't heard from him? Because I asked him about the 24th, and then I didn't hear anything back. And then somebody wrote to me and said he's not doing it. That's weird because he's the one who asked. That's the thing with all these guys, like Melton, John, all these people. They ask me, I'll box you. I go, okay, here we go. And they go, no, not like that. And it's like, hey, retard, that's boxing. I don't know what you thought it was. I don't know if you're a little boy playing with Matchbox cars in your basement or what. But I'm just telling you how boxing works. And then you're going, no. So you look doubly retarded. I mean, it's smart of both of them not to take the fight. It would be humiliating for them. Could you imagine talking so much shit about a guy and then that guy kicks your ass? That'd be pretty bad. Fauci's Pangolin says Biden is going to buy votes again by using billions in taxpayer money to cover Medicare insurance premiums until the election that they created in the first place. Well, that's kind of the advantage of being the president, right? The advantage of being the president is you get to use, they call it the bully pulpit. You get to use the pen. You get to use any little trick you can to kind of hold on to power. And if they can fucking bribe the American people, well, I mean, if you think about it, if they can bribe the American people, that means that they did a shrewd thing, and that the American people are fucking stupid that they can be bought that easy. Oh, he's going to pay my health insurance premiums until the election? Well, then in that case, I'll vote for him. I mean, it's kind of a temporary thing that you're voting for. But look, man, you're going to see a lot of that shit between now and November. It's like when people are running for office in school and they go, oh, I'm going to put a juice machine in every classroom, and they're going to promise you all sorts of shit. I think most people are pretty much decided on this one. Numero uno Josh Denny fan says, I'm a few minutes behind, but how does this viewer math work? Anyone watching the show isn't a normal human being? There are very few normal human beings in our audience. I mean, the fans we learned firsthand are weirdos. I'm going to say about 40 to 50% of you are normal human beings. The rest of you you're on a spectrum, I think is the best way to put it. So what is this about Johnny getting all fucked up on his show? I want to know about this. I want to watch it. I just picked is there a good spot to go to? Because MSO came into the YouTube chat before the show started, and he said Johnny just got fucked up on his show. He said, I hope he's okay. I thought his lady was coming tomorrow. So he doesn't have to be like in good shape for his woman, does he? That's a tomorrow thing. So he can get fucked up tonight. He's on vacation. He's on vacation till what? Next Thursday? Next Friday? So yeah, let him get fucked up on his show. I don't like getting drunk on shows. It dulls me. I'm not good. I've been drunk on other people's shows, but that was never planned. That was just kind of a thing that happened. But if he decided to well, MSO, who was the MSO in the YouTube chat who said something? MSO, you better look out. Somebody in the YouTube chat calls himself MSO. Could you imagine shit is so weird, or like you're such a weird person that you imitate MSO? That's, no offense to MSO, that's a little low on the totem pole. Rusty Grammar says normal people are radio fans. The internet brews dirt balls. Well, some of the radio people were a special breed too. Let's not get too out over our skis. I mean, it's some of you do just fine being the fucking lunatics that you are. MSO says, I saw Johnny. It wasn't that bad. Really? Mr. Beat says, I was just looking at his stream. He seemed fine to me. Oh. So are you saying that the fake MSO is a lying sack of shit? Let's see. Let's see if Johnny was hammered. Let's take a look at Johnny's stream. Let's go to the last 10 minutes and see if he was fucked up.
Is he wrong?
He seems fucked up. Like right off the bat. Seems kind of fucked up.
Show me where. I dare you.
He's fucked
All right, let's go over to this video.
Come on. He's starting with, come on, let's go over to this video. I'm going to move myself. I'm going to go up into the corner here. While Johnny chats away, we can all watch him. Let's go to this video here. Johnny needs to put some chapstick on those fucking lips, though. If he's going to do it, if he's going to be doing smooching this weekend, you got to get some fucking chapstick on those choppers, buddy. Those kissers are going to need a little lubrication because right now it looks like we just picked you up from the Serengeti. You haven't found water in 3 days. You're looking a little dry. Let's get that taken care of, and then you can do some kissing and fucking.
We have 30 minutes left in the show. We're going to keep going for another 30 minutes.
We have 30 minutes left in the show. I just want to point out to you guys, he goes on for another 9.5 minutes. Oh, he is drunk.
Hopefully. I'm starting to feel really fucking tipsy. But let's go.
It's kind of a
here.
white girl word, right? That's cute. He's feeling a little tipsy. Should we call him tonight? Should we see how he's doing? See if he's a little. Take over for me, Monty. I'm in the bag.
And over there. And boom.
The fuck? What do we finger poke of doom?
Why do I not hear anything?
Finger poke of doom. Look at that.
Nope, the audio's up. What is this? What am I looking at? St. Caesar sent this to me, and I don't know why.
Johnny's hammered and he can't figure out the volume on his stream. Oh, look at it.
I don't know why. I'm sorry. I apologize. But
go into
St.
dark
Caesar
mode. This
that.
is bothering. I hate God. I can't not see Twitter in dark mode.
And I am completely fucking
Yes, look at those eyes. Oh, that is a drunk man. That is a guy who should not be in front of a microphone. that is what we call that in the business no condition to perform. If he's like that when his lady comes over, he ain't getting his pecker in the air. That is nap time right there, boys and girls. That's what that is not. Let's stream for another half hour face. That's let's lay down on a pillow and we'll forget how we got to bed face.
Johnny is a fun drunk. Hashtag Johnny Head for life. Thank you, Johnny 8 Books, for that.
Look at this. Look at the 1,000-yard stare. Oh, MSO, are you sure you don't want to take credit for this? I love it. I love seeing Johnny just fucking blottoed on air. And he's not like a loquacious drunk where he's like, he's not a rambunctious drunk. He's like alcohol's a depressant. He's he's kind of like a homeless, kind of drunk where he's low when he's hammered. So it's not like he's going to be like, oh, let me tell you something about black people. But he's more just going to kind of stutter and stammer and not be able to put the words together. That's it. To me, that's as far as being on the air goes, that's a less harmless version of a drunk on the air. Mel Gibson would be a bad drunk on the air. Johnny's a good drunk on the air.
Aaron would be a pro at this rock, paper, scissors wrestling.
Scissors.
I missed the rock, paper, scissors part.
It was the entire video. The two guys were just playing rock, paper, scissors, and then the one fell down and he pinned him. Aaron would be great at rock, paper. What did you mean, rock? I didn't see any rock, paper, scissors.
Digger 420. How long is this vacation? When will you be back here with us? I will be back on. Let me pull up the calendar.
This should only take a minute.
I'm gonna be honest. I am.
Yeah?
I am having trouble holding it together for the last 30 minutes.
That's the third time. So, like, you're too far gone when you've mentioned how drunk you are 3 times in the last minute and a half. That's how you know you're a bit blitzed.
For the last 30 minutes, I'm having trouble keeping everything in line. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Bill Burr. 7.5 minutes.
We will be back on the 22nd. Thursday, the 22nd, we will return.
Dear Butch says this is like watching Aaron to tires. It is, kind of.
Dear Butch, this is like watching Aaron to tires. That hurt.
This is like watching who, Johnny? This is like watching Aaron to tires.
Man, Johnny, which pool was your favorite in the movie? Honestly, my favorite, gotta say, because I'm a TNA guy, lady pool. Lady pool all day.
I could listen to this version of Johnny talk about just about anything. How great would it be to have sports play-by-play Johnny in this voice? It would be like having Harry Doyle in the Major League movies.
But if, I don't know, was Lady Pool modeled after Blake Lively? I don't know. I know she did the voice, but either way, like I'd fuck the shit out of Lady Pool.
You know how horrified Lady Pool would be to watch this right now? Just having this guy with disheveled hair and hammered sitting in an egg chair going, I'd fuck the shit out of her. And she's like, oh no. I don't want to act anymore.
Johnny, is Aaron the rock, the paper, or the scissors?
If you smell.
I would say Aaron's probably the scissors.
Why?
Because he cuts. And I might even end this stream early because
no explanation as to what that means. He's the scissors because he cuts. And then Johnny goes, I might end this stream early. I don't really know. I'm not doing so hot. There, he may be hammered, but you know, he's kind of self-aware here a little bit.
I'm feeling fucking crazy right now. Sweet, now drink some water. Slow, regular sips.
Is that water? That better be water. Somebody pass that
little bit of water.
Camp this
I think
way.
Lady Pool was a Madonna Pool, though. No, the Lady Pool voice was Blake Lively. Like, it literally was Blake Lively who voiced Lady Pool. I don't know who the body suit person was, because
How great! I don't even need to add commentary. How great is it to just listen to him talk? I don't know who Lady Pool is, but the voice is Blake Lively.
Like a Virgin came on.
This is a sober person's impression of a drunk person. This is Foster Brooks right now. We're gonna go on the stream. We're gonna go on the stream. We're gonna go on the stream.
On when they stepped out to slaughter the pools. What if last pool was all burned up? Would you still? You mean Lady Pool? I mean, depends. Is this before or after I meet with California chick?
California chick. 5.5 minutes left.
Get a half peanut butter sandwich and some water. You'll be good. Right? Like, that's what I'm saying. I'll be fine. I just need to sober up. Dog pool was the best. Dude, I love dog pool. Dog pool was awesome. I love dog pool in the movie. I'm going to be honest. Let's check over here.
All right,
depending how this is going.
5 minutes and 15 seconds.
Holy Jesus.
Look at that stare.
I might have to just end this where it, yeah. Yeah, I'm fucking loaded.
It's just the most innocent, funny drunk stream of all time because like, you internet people are like always, you just want people to like fall and, you know, you want to be mean. But like, isn't it much more fun to just watch someone just be drunk and struggle and acknowledge they're drunk and go, I gotta maybe cut this thing. Like, nobody's getting hurt. Everybody's fine. Johnny can go back and watch us talking about it and he can laugh about it. Like, isn't this just better fun for you, you fucking weirdos?
A gigantic cheesesteak. It says Smoke Out Prouds. A Lady Pool makes Johnny drool. Dude, Lady Pool was hot as fuck. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Lady Pool, hot as fuck.
Guys, he's not going to lie. One thing Johnny is not going to do to you right now, he is not going to lie. He gives you his word. Or I should say he's not going to lie. He's not going to lie. He's not going to lie. Johnny is not going to lie.
Lady Pool definitely fucking nailing that shit. Blake Lively is Ryan Reynolds' wife. Hubby says, yeah, dude, Blake Lively is Ryan Reynolds'
One person just writes, end it, Johnny. He means the stream. Calm down.
wife, which is why it was funny that she voiced Lady Pool.
Lady Pool. What's your favorite Johnny drunk word so far? Because that's my favorite. Lady Pool. Go back to 58:39. Can we get there?
Dude, Blake Lively is Ryan Reynolds' wife, which is why it was funny that she voiced Lady Poole.
Lady Poole.
But my question is, did she
Yeah.
dress up and do Lady Poole? Like, was she in the suit?
Poole. For some reason, the transition between the Y and the P is tough for Johnny. Lady Poole.
Or not? Like, that's my question. I heard from brothers are coming back.
The
for
Russo
newest
brothers, Johnny.
Marvel installment. The Russo brothers, I mean, I don't know.
4 minutes left.
I don't know. Who can we raid, says Dear Bush. Yeah, let's come up with that quick. Let's figure out.
Let's come up with that quick. Lady Poole.
Who we can raid, because I am losing the ability to be coherent. I don't know if you can tell.
Don't be so hard on yourself. I think you're going to find a second wind in about 7 minutes. Keep going.
But I've had a fair amount of alcohol. I've smoked a fair amount of weed. We've got a little bit of booze left in this.
Let's not.
And I think I'm going to have to probably raid Jimmy. You know what? Let's do it. Let's fucking, no, he signed off, says Gurmy. Well, then we can't raid Jimmy.
Johnny is still able to connect the dots and put A and B together.
But
3 minutes left.
I think I need to sign off because I need to take a nap. And love you, Johnny. Hope you have a great vacation. Thank you, Cheeseburger Pie. You're sounding like rackets, Johnny. LMAO, says Carlos Ramirez. Yeah, that's because I'm fucking drunk as shit. Much like Mr. Rackets.
Mr. Rackets. I want that as a drop. Mr. Rackets. Somebody get that for me. Johnny is, I'm not making fun of him. Well, I'm making fun of him, but like Johnny's a funny streaming drunk.
All right. Jesse Toller, rate him. Let's see if he has
2 minutes and 40 seconds. Why do I feel like he's gonna fall out of that chair? Johnny 8 Books.
You know
sound
what?
Perfectly
I'm gonna be
coherent.
honest.
Great show.
I'm too fucked up to set up a raid. So if you want to check out Jesse Towler, go out and check out Jesse Towler. I'm going to go ahead. We're a minute after. Normally there would be overtime. I am probably going to pass out and then wake up in a half hour and hang out with my daughter. So
you know what? If Nick would have had the same attitude, he wouldn't be in this mess. Oh, Johnny knows how to set his priorities.
You guys yell the N-word.
Somebody writes, that's not Johnny, that's Bill Cosby. Oh, well, that's
only during a comedy bit will I yell the N-word. Only during a comedy bit. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. You guys are awesome. I love you guys.
And
we'll
I'm not
see you
gonna
in
lie.
a week. I hope you have a great week. And I hope we meet each other again under happier circumstances.
What? Why aren't you happy? Oh, that's the end of the show. Should be thrilled. In my opinion, that went fucking great. That was awesome to watch. Chris Benoit with $5 says Johnny is drunk on love. Yeah, Johnny's just excited for his lady to show up. Just excited for his lady to come out to Minnesota and hang out with him. He's got a bunch of money in his pocket, burning a hole in his pocket. The kid's excited, man. Give him a break. Buffalo Jockey with $5 says it's a rebuilding season. JJ McCarthy should have spent his first year on the bench anyways. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm going to put a pin in that. Buffalo Jockey with $5 says he does an amazing Oz impression. He does. I loved that. I absolutely love that. Good for Johnny, man. That's did he just drink for fun? He's okay, right? Yeah, he was planning on drinking. Like, he held up the different bottles of booze and shit that he was going to have on his stream during the morning show today. That wasn't like I'm sad, I'm depressed. He can't be depressed. We got a big gig coming up this weekend. He just made a bunch of money at the anniversary show. Got a raise over here. I mean, all systems go for Johnny. I don't know why he would. Should we give him a call? Should we see what's up with old Johnny K? John. There we go. Let's see if he's up. Oh, God damn it, cocksucker son of a bitch. You know what I forgot to do? Exactly. Give it 1 second here. What are we? 225 away from tonight's goal. Last evening show of the week. No, I'm sorry. 215 is the number. 215 is the number for tonight. Thank you very much. MSO says he got a few nice donos during that show. Good for him, man. Now give me some of those nice. Spread the love, as they say. Johnny K. There we go. You guys think Johnny's going to answer when we call him? You think we're going to get an answer from old John? There's only one way to find out. Place your bets. Place your bets. Hey, buddy, ain't that Mississippi?
Dude.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Is the contents of your stomach going up, down, up, down, up, down?
You suck.
How you feeling, buddy? We just watched the last 10, 15 minutes of your show today. It was hilarious.
I'm glad you love my show. I'm hilarious every day, Monday through Friday when I'm on. People should tune in to twitch.tv/JustKiddingLLC or on YouTube and Rumble. What, so you're asking my contents?
Well, no.
My stomach's pretty empty.
No, we're just asking, do you have any thoughts on Lady Pool?
Have any thoughts on what?
Lady Pool? Lady Pool?
I don't know. I threw up a bunch. Does that count?
No, you were talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, and we were laughing at how you said Lady Pool. You were like, Lady Pool?
Oh, Lady Pool.
Yes.
Yeah. Lady Pool was pretty hot, and I unfortunately I had way too much to drink, so I had to kind of throw up and pass out.
Says you.
Says my stomach, considering I had to vomit. So it was
you coming to the realization, you being on air and coming to the realization that you're like, I'm too fucked up, guys. I gotta roll. It was like one of the coolest drunk streaming moments ever. You were gonna raid somebody and you went, guys, I'm too fucked up to do a raid. I just gotta go.
Yeah, that was very, very true. I was too fucked up to raid.
Yeah. No, it was great. We watched it just now. Somebody came into the YouTube chat before the show even started and said Johnny he got fucking hammered on his show.
Yeah, no, I got pretty fucked up.
So now your lady comes tomorrow?
Yep. Tomorrow morning. So I'm going to sleep from now until tomorrow morning, and she gets here around noon. So I gotta be up bright and early and get out of here.
That's a good idea. To sleep, to just go to bed in the next, half hour or so here.
Oh, I mean in the next, as soon as I hang up the phone.
Oh, shit. Okay. Are you hungover yet, or you think you still got some rollover minutes going?
Oh, dude, no, I got rollover minutes going. I'm not hungover at all. I'm just, okay. I've got residuals from earlier.
Okay. Well, go to sleep, get a good sweat in, and then hopefully you'll be all right in the morning.
Oh, I'll be fine by tomorrow morning.
You got fucked up early enough where you might just get hungover at 2 a.m. and sleep through it.
Yep. Hopefully.
All right. Well, good job, and we'll see you again, not next week, but the next week.
All right. Yeah. I'll see you not next week, but the next week. Thanks for calling, man.
All right. Enjoy your vacation. Oh, wait. No, I'm going to
will.
see you Saturday. I'll give you the details.
Yeah, you're going to see me Saturday. You're going to see me Saturday, and you get to actually meet California Girl in person, whereas everyone else doesn't.
Ooh,
So you're
that's
lucky.
right. That'll be fun. I'll ask her, do you want me to, like, just be nice? Or do you want me to be like, hey, why do you got to be a fucking difficult bitch to my boy sometimes? Would that help?
You do whatever you got to do, man.
Would it be would it be helpful if I just said, hey, why you know, if you're a fucking cunt to my boy, I'll fucking set you straight.
I don't know that that'll help necessarily, but I mean, by Saturday, hopefully we'll have gotten a lot of what we need. So, I mean, you know, you do you. We'll figure it out.
Can I call her Lady Pool?
Yeah, you can call her Lady Pool all you want.
Lady Pool. And also, your new Indian name is Nagalai.
Why is not? What?
Because you kept saying you weren't going to lie, but you kept saying, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Not lie. Okay.
So you're now not lie. All right. Thank you very much. I'll let you go to bed.
Okay, that sounds good. You have a great show.
You too. Well, or whatever. Bye. I got to get that man the deets on our on the job we're pulling this Saturday. Oh boy, what a fucking shit show in a good way. Joe Smash with $5 says puke and rally. Rusty Grammar with $1.99 says the toe is winning. Suck it, felted melteds. Uh-oh, what happened? What happened that, I mean, I know the toe is winning, but like, why? Why is the toe winning? I'm nervous now. Buffalo Jockey with $5 says Drunk Johnny 100 times more entertaining than April ever was in her 3+ years. Shit. Buffalo Jockey with $20 says Johnny always my favorite co-host throughout all the years of the show. Well, thank you, buddy. 190. You guys are under. Holy shit, you're under 200 already tonight. All right. Fucking head in there. 20 at a time. Let's knock this shit out. Oh, Victor's already on it. Hold on, guys. This is going to be me getting started. Like, Victor sent me all the drops. It's just so overwhelming to look at them all and get them in the stream deck. This is going to be our first one that we get into the stream deck again. Let me now I'm like Drunk Johnny digging away for all my shit. There we go. Lady Pool. All right, drag that in there. Oh, excuse me. Much. Okay, this will be good. Let's see. This is one of Johnny's drops.
Much like Mr. Rackets.
Much like Mr. Rackets. I have a story about Denny's coming up later. We could say.
Much like Mr. Rackets.
Oh, that's. Don't worry, guys. We won't use that one ever. That one will never get used. He was sending DMs to Keanu, and of course, Keanu read them on the air because, you know, she's trustworthy. And he was saying something gay about me. He's like, I'm Goliath and David is dangerous. I'm like, is everything like you misreading the Bible, motherfucker? Like, stop it. You're a parody of yourself. And by the way, I'm not David. I'm the fucking slingshot, homeboy. Let's get that shit straight. Fauci's Pangolin says, I hope Johnny gets a deal on his California trafficked girl, Aaron. I have nothing to do. Well, I have nothing to do with Johnny's current arrangement. Zero. Chris Benoit with $10 says Melton claimed he gulped on a purple artificial phallus. The only part I have my doubts on is that it was artificial. It's the only difference. Tridio with $2 says, by the way, when I said fuck Nick, I didn't mean literally. Oh, thank you. That's, for me, that's an important distinction to make, you see, because I'm a giant homo. I appreciate it, Tridio. Thanks, buddy. 180 is the number for tonight. Thank you, guys. If you want to continue throwing in like all these motherfuckers are, sure, we'll knock our final evening goal out right away. What happened to the old co-host that had no future and lived in a shitty one-room apartment that killed all of his cats? He was my favorite. Are you talking about Corey? Corey never killed his cats. I guess that's not the thing I should have defended first, right? I should have defended the shitty life, no future part, but like the one that stood out to me right away was that he killed his cats, and I don't think he ever killed his cats. I wanted to defend him on the thing that I knew wasn't true right off the bat. All right, you know what I'm doing right now? I'm stalling because I don't want to talk about the next thing. Oh, by the way, Rusty Grammar, here you go. You are now modded, Rusty Grammar. So Rusty Grammar wanted to engage in some spring cleaning. I told him, fucking go for it. Whatever you want to do, my man. Shane M with $20 says, Melton is such a loser that he never leaves his basement. He hasn't traveled from Vegas to AC twice this past year. He isn't going to be in Rochester this weekend. He isn't flying from Rochester to Scotland. You know, if he would walk some of those places, he might not have to buy 2 seats. That would be nice. Shane M with $20. Don't be so gay that you defend other men that way ever again. I don't want to ever catch you being that much of a homosexual. You got me? Thank you, buddy. We got to put you in training. Annoyed Quick Trip supervisor becoming a... By the way, you know it's a bad look and you know that you live in your basement when other grown men give other people money to go, here's his travel itinerary. He does too leave his basement. Here's 4 times that he did. Dude, we need to coach you better. Not a good look, brother. If he defends himself that way, that's still a little gay, but it's more acceptable. You doing it for him? Ugh, not good. Annoyed Quick Trip supervisor, becoming a member for 27 months, says waiting for the GUN drop since 2009. I don't know what that means. Turtle becoming a member for 18 months. Thank you, buddy. Tridio goes, can't walk to Scotland, dipshit. Sorry, Tridio. I didn't mean to be so literal. That was my fault. My bad. Guys, if I ever catch any of you giving like another streamer money to defend that I'm not a morbidly obese, untraveled piece of shit, if I ever find out you guys are doing that on my behalf, I'm banning you from everything. That's beyond fucking humiliating. Don't ever do that for me. Please. I'm asking you right now like it's my last will and testament. 165 is now the number. Thank you, Shane M. We're busting your balls, buddy. You're fine. We're just making fun of you a little bit. Look, we don't dislike you. It's just that you did something kind of gay and retarded, and we're, in the real world, you get your balls busted for being gay and retarded. Not like gay, like you like to fuck dudes. I'd never make fun of you for that. That's a noble pursuit. Or being retarded, which is also a noble pursuit. But when you're like it in that way, we got to get you a little bit. Sorry, buddy. You're still welcome right here. All right? But you're not allowed to keep track of how many times I travel. All right? Somebody's saying every time he left his house, he went to hang with other basement dwellers. I mean, that's true too, but like I said, you shouldn't be keeping track. It's kind of like Chad Zumach raised a good point when he said, all these dudes or all these people that comment on like my hat and my sunglasses, he's like, it's all dudes. Like that's kind of a W for Chad. Like if you're sitting there critiquing another man's physical appearance, I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Much like Mr. Rackets.
That's not what I said, Johnny. That's not what I said. April Parents Hobby Farm with 199 says, Slingshot, engage me. I'll clean up this swamp. April's Parents Hobby Farm wants swamp cleanup duties. You know what? I might regret this in the morning. I'm turning him loose. He was mad at me today. April's Parents Hobby Farm was pissed at me today because I said this morning on the show that Ava Braun wasn't hot. And he then sent me a picture. He sent me a picture of Ava Braun and said, fuck you. So he and I did have a fundamental disagreement on the attractiveness of one Mrs. Hitler, Ava Braun. You guys can fall on whatever side of that argument you'd like to. I didn't think she was that attractive. I'm not like, it's not my opinion that like Hitler could have done better or anything. It was just, Hitler could have done better. Okay, I'm stalling. Let's get this shit over with. Oh, this is, wait a minute. Red Fox Mad says, I somehow lost my wrench on YouTube. Could I get my, yes, absolutely. When did I take away Red Fox Mad's wrench? What an asshole. I didn't do that. Can other mods? No, other mods can't take away wrenches. You know what? I wonder if when I was jailbreaking, I maybe didn't hit the X on some mods by accident. Like I was clicking the X's on mods thinking I was doing it on band members because they are like you scroll down one's above the other. I hope I didn't do that. All right, guys. Let's get down to business. This fucking sucks. I really, really hate this. Being a Vikings fan is, it is our fault. It's Vikings fans' fault. And this isn't like an abused person who's like, oh, I shouldn't have been late with dinner kind of a thing. It literally is our fault for getting excited about this team and getting worked up and thinking we had something and, oh my God, we've got a quarterback now and we drafted him in the first round and he's going to be ours for a decade. And isn't this great after one preseason game? And then we get this piece of breaking news from Annoyed Wawa Supervisor's favorite Viking YouTuber, Purple FTW.
Let's go down, Jerome's, and some news that was
I got to move my
sort of
camera
expected,
again.
but still is disappointing nonetheless. Vikings rookie first-round quarterback J.J. McCarthy will miss the entire 2024 season after getting a full meniscus repair this morning. Tom Post.
Football is fun. I love the Vikings. They're so much fun to follow. It's so cool loving football. It doesn't tax your life at all. It doesn't bum you the fuck out. It doesn't shatter your heart. It's just always fun. I mean, look at the ride we're on now, full of twists and turns. And oh man, the Vikings, what a draft we had. That's great, man. I'm so pumped for this team. Skull, we had what? Our 4th round draft pick died in a car accident? Motherfuck. You know what? It's fine. We're positive here in Minnesota. It's okay. The Vikings are good. I love this team, man. We're going to crush this thing. You have no idea. We're going to be so good. What's that? Our star quarterback, our rookie, the future of our franchise, he had a great preseason. He threw for 2 touchdowns in the preseason, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Oh, baby, here we go. Dude, Vikings all the way. That's really sad about Kyrie Jackson and all, man. But, 4th round is 4th round. We're going to be cool. J.J. McCarthy is the real deal. Shit, he might even start this year. What's that? His knee hurts? Pfft, queer. He'll be fine. What, guys, this might be the year where we surprise a lot of people. What's that? Out for the year, you say? It's fine. Why wouldn't it be fine? I love this team. We got Sam Darnold. And dude, look at the weapons that Sam Darnold has. Isn't it great? Dude, Sam Darnold is loaded. He's got Hawkinson. He's got Jefferson. He's got Aaron Jones. And dude, he's got Jordan Addison. I mean, if you got Jordan Addison, that's one of the best up-and-coming.
Not even an hour.
What?
After we get the news that J.J. McCarthy is going to be out for the year.
Yeah.
To where
we're fine.
We could ideally, as fans, have enough time to properly grieve and come out on the other side fully accepting.
Yeah, we got Darnold.
Of
we're
the
good.
current Vikings situation.
Right, but we got Darnold, dude. We'll be fine.
And try to make the best of it.
Exactly.
Not even an hour later.
What?
Not enough time to even breathe.
What do you mean?
We get reports that Jordan Addison, starting receiver Jordan Addison for the Minnesota Vikings,
Right, is
during
great.
today's joint practice between
Crushed
the
it.
Vikings and the Cleveland Browns,
Killed it, right?
suffered an apparent leg injury.
Yeah, but not a bad
And that
one.
it was so bad
No, it wasn't bad.
that he had to get carted off the field.
Motherfucker! I love this team. This team is so good. We're going to be, oh my God. It's so much fun to be a Vikings fan. We're good. We're cool. Everything's going to be fine. Why wouldn't it be fine? I mean, think about it. Look at all the bad shit that's happened. Not much more bad shit can happen, right? We're going to be cool, you guys. Dude, I'm seriously just sitting by my phone, and every time any kind of Viking app alert goes off, I just go, I'm not fucking reading that. I don't care. I'm not reading it anymore. Because it's just going to be, like, dude, we've had a guy fucking die. Okay? We had a guy die. That should be bad enough, right? Then we've got, then J.J. McCarthy's knee fell off. Okay, that fucking sucks. What do you do? But then, now fucking Jordan Addison gets carted off the field. Early rumors, by the way, early rumors are that it was an ACL tear. We found out later today that luckily it was just an ankle injury and that at most he'll be out 3 weeks. So I will at least have Jordan Addison back for the start of the year. And now, see, like, I know people have been trying to, like, they've been trying to make me feel good about the J.J. McCarthy thing today. They've been saying, well, Aaron, you know, Sam Darnold was supposed to be the starter this year anyway, and J.J. was going to get a year to rest. Yeah, but J.J. was always an option. Like, yeah, I know that Sam Darnold was supposed to be the quarterback for the whole year, but now he has to be the quarterback for the whole year. Now we don't have another option. And no, I don't count Nick Mullins, who just made the team, by the way, because of this McCarthy news. We'll make the best of it. Hopefully it goes all right. I'm not super thrilled about the way things are going for the old Vikes right now. We do have video of the Jordan Addison injury. You can see where maybe it might not be that serious, where it might be like an ankle roll or shit like that. Let's take a look. You're going to watch this left foot right here. Oh, wait, no. I think the left foot is here. Oh, fuck me. Oh, no, right there. Okay, so it is the left foot. It was the first one I pointed at. So watch this foot right here. You're going to take a look at this foot on Jordan Addison. Watch the left foot. Yeah, that looks like, he got rolled on. Okay. Yeah, that looks like the ankle got rolled on by a defender. That's not an ACL. That's not like a knee injury or anything like that. Yeah, I think we're going to be. I mean, and I know I'm sitting here going, yeah, I think we're going to be fine. I know I'm saying that partly because I'm a Vikings fan and I don't want to see any more fucking legs fall off and shit like that. But on a day where we found out McCarthy is gone for good, for the season at least we didn't lose another star player for the year. Chris Benoit with $5 says there are Asians in Minnesota. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. There's lots of Asians in Minnesota. Have you ever heard of the Hmong community? Hmong? Yeah. The Hmong community in Minnesota is very prevalent. We have a lot of Asians and a lot of Somalis in Minnesota. Angelica's doll, who fucking loves me, she's a huge fan. She says, did you and Johnny really try paddle boating today? No. SP and I were going to do paddle boarding today. She was going to take me paddle boarding for the first time. we just ended up going to get Gordy's nails clipped and shit instead. So it's kind of I guess she said it was too overcast and windy for paddleboarding. I trust her, like an Amazon tour guide and shit. So we just did that. Mr. Approachable has clips. Uh-oh. It was just, Hitler could have done better. Wait, no, I meant with his women. I didn't know that. I don't mean like he could have done better as a... No, that's not what I meant. It was just, Hitler could have done better. Roots Calhoun says they're pretty based. The Hmong pretty based? Huh. I don't, it's funny because I grew up with one living right down the street from me, and I guess I never really noticed. Corey says Vikings should be okay as long as everyone stays healthy. Yeah, and that'd be fucking easy, right? We're doing a great job with that. Sex Panther by Odeon says paddleboarding can be tricky for guys our size. I've never been. It doesn't look too hard. People keep telling me that. They keep going, they keep saying, oh, paddleboarding, it's a core workout. It's not easy. I've never, I watch people do it. Like I watch unathletic chicks do it and it seems fine. Like it seems like that. So if I can't do it, I'm going to really feel like a piece of shit. Approachable with another clip, or is this the same one? Looks like this. Oh, this is the same clip. Okay. Hitler could have done better. Fauci's Pangolin says Darnold will throw for 4,400 yards and 29 TDs and go 8-9. You know what? I'm not against that outcome. That's not, I don't hate that outcome. I'd be happy with that season. It's competitive. Kraken Slappin' says, did the Vikes trade for a Cowboys quarterback? No, we traded for a Cowboys corner, not quarter. We traded for, oh God, I can't even remember the guy's name. We traded one of our corners that we don't like for one of their corners that they don't like. That's how it went. The Cowboys went, we fucking hate this guy. And we went, we fucking hate this guy. And they're like, you want to swap him? Kind of how Nick and I did with our wives. Ironically, the Vikings and Cowboys swapped corners the way Nick and I swapped wives. We're like, I'm kind of tired of this one. I don't know what to do. Do you want to give it okay, can I have that one? All right, cool. That's about it. Actually, I'm the Quasi Adolfo Mensa of the cover. Angelica's doll says, I do enjoy you, Aaron. I don't know why you think that I don't. Sometimes you can be a smug cunt. That's all. You might not dislike me. It might just be a personality clash thing. I really just didn't like April. Corey was my favorite, though. No offense to Johnny. I love Corey. Corey's great. Corey and SP were just talking the other day. She showed Corey a picture of her dog, and Corey's like, you better not let Aaron take a look at that. She's like, Aaron's met the dog. Corey's like, really? How'd that go? She's like, about how you'd think. Let's see. This person says, who cares if he got hurt? He didn't catch the ball. Well, I mean, there's that too. Buffalo Jockey with $5 says paddleboarding seems like a safe hobby for those in a middle-aged boxing league that loves garage gas station food. Wait a minute. I'm not in a middle-aged boxing league. I got to box people of all shapes and sizes, my friend. The gas station food I can't fight. I thought about, I didn't eat too much today. And I was thinking about getting something after the show's over. But everything I can think of brings me shame. And I don't think any of the other stuff, any of the places that are halfway decent, I don't think are open. If I want to go to a sandwich place, let me see. Sandwich. Oh, you know what? Jimmy John's would be open late, wouldn't they? Yeah, Herbert's and Gerbert's closes in 3 minutes. Jimmy John's hours. Let's see. Oh, yeah, open until 11 p.m. I could go there. That's not a terrible idea. Or, you know what I could do? I could stay at home and just eat my own fucking food. Like a not fat person. That might be a good idea. 160 away from tonight. Thank you guys very much. Keep that momentum going. We're looking great for the evening. If you want to chip in, the Streamlabs and PayPal and Venmo links are in the chat. Otherwise, you can go Rumble, YouTube, gift some memberships. All of that is fine. We're not very far away from having a perfect week of evening shows, and then we have our last goal tomorrow morning, and we're 2 shows away from another week-long win for the toe. Our streak is at what? Streak is at 16. Thrilled about that. Trucker 18 Wheeler with $5 says, "Did you see the Australian break dancer? Is that the person at the Olympics who like? I thought that was like a competitor who fell down and then just turned it into a break dance. I didn't know what the fuck I was watching. Are we talking about the guy in green? I don't know. Thank you for the $5. 155 is our number. Rusty Grammar says Oz was my favorite, mainly because he was the first second mic, but everyone had their place in the show and they all did well except Mark Allen. McBuster says, I thought you were training for the boxing match with Win by 2 in October. I offered August 24th for the boxing match, and then he didn't get back to me, and then somebody said that he was out, that he wasn't doing it. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I thought he was the one who asked about it. So that was kind of a weird deal. But I'm always training for a fight. I think I'm going to take a fight in September at Mr. Jim's in Foley. That could be a good one. How about the night before? The boxing event. We do a comedy. No, it's a dumb idea. If I'm going to fight the next day, I can't go out and do a comedy show the night before. But Mr. Jim's in Foley, I think September 27th or 28th, whenever that Saturday is. I'm going to take a fight, and then 28th. September 28th, I'm going to fight, and then October 12th or 19th at the St. Cloud Armory. I might get 2 in back-to-back. It's time. It's time to get back in there. McBuster says, no, he said you are avoiding him, and he wants to train or something. He said October. All right, well, let's do... Hey, does he want to get on that October card? He said he got his USA boxing license. So if he has that and he paid for his athlete's permit, then yeah, well, let's get him on that card at the St. Cloud Armory. That would be fun. That would be a good time. That's not a bad idea. Tell him to get back to me. I'm tired of him fucking running his mouth and then not backing it up. Tell him to get in touch with me. He knows my email, and I'll keep putting it together. Should be pretty fun. I like the idea. All right, let's talk about, oh, God, another goddamn Hitler story. Jesus Christ, they seem to come in waves nowadays. This one's from Michigan State, although I don't really have a problem with this story. This is Michigan State University. And I think there was like some history quiz thing going on, and they put Hitler up on the video board. I thought it was something like that. I don't know. I could be crossing my streams on different news stories, but I thought this was a thing where like people got oversensitive. Like there was a context where Hitler could be on the video board and it wouldn't be offensive because it fit the event or it fit what they were doing. But people just, we're dumb now. We're stupid. We don't get context. So we just see Hitler. Oh, it's terrible. Now I'm hurt. Now my emotions have been harmed. I should file a lawsuit. You really can't save people from their own stupidity. So let's take a look and see what happened to Michigan State.
Continues over the image of Adolf Hitler being shown on a video board ahead of a Michigan State University football game last October.
Okay, I can see where that maybe wouldn't have any place to, so I am crossing the streams on my story. I thought this was some kind of history quiz bowl deal, and they put Hitler up there during a World War II question. I must be thinking of something else. I don't know why Hitler would need to be on the board for a football game. Unless you were like, we're going to blitzkrieg the Wolverines this Saturday. Maybe. Even then, I would expect you'd use like Hans Guderian or Erwin Rommel. It's got a little less punch in those two. Heinz Guderian, I'm sorry. What a terrible Nazi I am.
It was shown during a quiz show, and now the media company behind the quiz channel is suing MSU's Board of Regents for copyright infringement and invasion of privacy.
Wait a minute. So there was a quiz show going on, and they put an image of Hitler up there. But the lawsuit is being filed by the company who runs the quiz show, and it's for copyright infringement. So they're not suing Michigan State because they're offended that Hitler was on the video board. They're offended that they used their Hitler? Like this is a find your own Hitler situation? Go back. I got to hear that again. I don't quite understand it.
Quiz channel is suing MSU's Board of Regents for copyright infringement and invasion of privacy.
So they were doing a quiz show, and apparently the quiz company felt that Michigan State used their Hitler photo without proper permission? That's okay. I mean, that's better than a bunch of pussies fucking suing because they can't handle seeing Hitler on the board. So the context wasn't that fucked up. It was a history quiz, and the question probably had something to do with Hitler. He's kind of got a big footprint in the history world. And so it probably was in context, but the company is suing them because they weren't supposed to use their Hitler photo. Okay.
The lawsuit is seeking at least $150,000.
Okay.
After the game, MSU issued an apology and suspended an employee involved. MSU says it has no comment on the lawsuit. So let's bring in now former federal prosecutor and defense attorney Rick Convertino. Rick, thank you for being
I love this. They bring in a former federal prosecutor who probably has a successful law practice, and they're like, all right, we want to bring you in. And he's like, oh, great. Do I get to do some kind of like federal election law stuff about Trump or anything like that? No, we want you to talk about the Hitler on the football board. Fuck. I would be so happy if I turned on the news and saw like Sean from Potentially Criminal on there, and like he's like, all right, Chad, I want to know what you know about Hitler I want to know what you think about Hitler on the video board. What do you think, Chad? You see, technically in fucking Lansdowne versus Denizen, they actually showed that having Hitler on a video board is totally okay. I would love to see like a law tuber guy just show up on the local news to talk Hitler on video boards, because who better to talk about Hitler-related shit than a YouTuber?
being here. We're glad to have you. Always glad to have you here on the show.
Thanks, Terrence.
So what are your thoughts on this lawsuit right now and where things are going with that?
Lawsuit was recently filed in the Western District of Michigan, which
these guys are too boring. I might tap out.
It's a federal lawsuit. It's alleging 2 counts. One is an infringement of copyright under Title 17, United States Code, Section 504.
It'd be funny if the news guy went, all right, now in non-boring ass white lawyer terms, thank you. How can it be copyright infringement? Can people own Hitler copyrights? And if so, who do I call?
Which is the theft of or the misuse of a copyright infringement. The second count is a false light or essentially a defamation case where the plaintiff is alleging that Michigan State University put them in a highly offensive or made them feel in a humiliated or embarrassing way based upon the disclosure to the media that it was in fact the blame or the fault of the quiz company and not Michigan State.
Oh, okay, that's what happened. So Michigan State put this quiz company's questions and photos up on the football big screen. The quiz company was not okay with that. And then Michigan State, when people got pissed that Hitler was up there, Michigan State told everyone, oh, that was the quiz company that did that, not us. And now they're suing for that. Ooh. So they did. Okay. So they did fuck up. That is okay. They might actually have something there. But that's not so bad. Like putting Hitler up on your video. If it's like, again, if it's halftime at the football show and you just go, hey, here's a photo of Hitler just out of context. Yeah, that might fuck people up. But like, if it's a quiz show and the question's like about World War II, like Hitler's kind of the guy that he's kind of the star of the show. It's like having Inglorious Bastards without Brad Pitt. Trucker 18-wheeler with $5 says, here's full video of the breakdancer. I guess her husband was a judge. Yeah, okay, what is this? This is Olympic breakdancing. What the fuck? What the fuck am I watching? Olympic breakdancing. I've seen like crackheads on the subway with a piece of cardboard breakdance better than this. What the fuck is this about? Is this the best Australia has to offer for breakdancing? Trucker 18-wheeler said that her husband was a judge. I hope he gave her a 2. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. So that was the whole performance. Well, okay, let me ask the other obvious question. Why is breakdancing an Olympic event now? Buffalo Jockey with $5 says, when is the funny? Well, it was a Hitler story. I don't know. I mean, how much funny were you asking for in a Hitler story? I appreciate it. Kraken Slappin says she scored 0. Oh, she did score 0. Okay. So there was at least justice that was served. So even her husband couldn't give her any points for that. It's like, well, I think that sucked. What was that? That was a terrible Australian accent, by the way. You can tell it's the end of the fucking evening show week, can't you? Boy, somebody's fucking licking his stamp and mailing it in. Jesus. 145 away from knocking out tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. If you want to throw a couple of bucks at us in Venmo, PayPal, Super Chat, or Rumble form, we are here for it. We're not far from knocking this thing out, and we got quite a ways to go yet. So if you want to help us go, well, time-wise, I meant we got quite a ways. Go ahead and throw us a few more bucks. We've been doing this 5, 10, 15 bucks at a time. It's been working out pretty nice. Your turn. Kraken Slappin says it's already out for next Olympics. Okay. So they gave breakdancing a shot for these Olympics. It already went to shit, and they're not doing it. Okay. Good. Now, when are they getting rid of women's boxing? Because that was embarrassing. I don't think you can have that again next year. Or at least you got to come up with a better rule. I know some of you are like, yeah, no dicks. But you got to, I mean, I've always thought, dude, I don't care if it's the Olympics or high school sports or anything else. I think the easiest way to keep like the school safe of lawsuits, but also letting everyone play on the team they're supposed to be on so nobody has a competitive advantage. Very simple steroid test, drug test, testosterone test. I think you do like a USADA-style testing for high school athletes, Olympic athletes, all of that stuff. And if they can't get their testosterone levels below a certain point, then they can't compete with women. I think easy enough. That's the solution to our problem. And the World Championships of Boxing had that very solution. They wouldn't let those 2 gold medalists fight in the World Championships. And then the Olympics came around and the Olympics went, fuck it, let them through. Which I have a hard time believing that the Olympics would have done that for a guy, or the Olympics would have done that for a biological woman who tested positive for elevated levels of testosterone. But in this case, they made a sacrifice to the gods of political correctness and let them fight anyway. It's bullshit, and it should either they have to address that in the next 4 years or just eliminate the event altogether. Let's watch. I thought this was really interesting. NBC had a panel of black voters in Pennsylvania, I think MSNBC or NBC? NBC. And usually when NBC or MSNBC News gets together a bunch of black voters, they have one thing in mind. Let's get them to shit on Trump. Well, in this clip, that kind of backfires on them. So Pennsylvania is a really important state. If Trump can win Pennsylvania and hold, I think, all the states that he held in 2020, I believe he can win the election. Well, in Pennsylvania, they're talking to these black voters in Philly thinking, all right, we're going to ask them, about all these economic problems and all these issues voters are facing, and hopefully we can get them to shit on Trump a little bit. I think this might have thrown them, and I'll tell you this, minorities of any kind getting out of pocket with the Democratic message makes the media and other lefties just their heads go into a tailspin because they just go, we have spent our whole lives brainwashing these people and giving them freebies so they'll just do whatever we say. And then when they run away from the intellectual plantation, Democrats get really pissed. But then the stupid fucking Republicans sit there and go, nobody ever taught me how to talk to black people. So, yeah, fuck it. Like, it's just, like, one party treats them like shit, but at least they talk to them. And then the other party, like, they're waiting to just be accepted by them. And that party goes, did you see me put my wallet in my front pocket, or are you and I cool? I don't know. But let's watch this clip from NBC News as they try to kind of goad black people into shitting on Trump.
How hard has inflation hit you?
It hit me hard. It's hitting me hard.
Who do you blame for it?
I blame the federal government at this point. If a working class mom who works as a paralegal cannot buy a $2 bell pepper because it's now $5, imagine a mother living on food stamps. Imagine a mother who's making minimum wage trying to feed children. They're killing us without killing us. If you understand that. They're killing us without telling us they're killing us. They're hurting people in ways that they can't help themselves. It's either feed my child or how about feed my children and I don't eat. But I have to go work.
I mean, she's right. And it's not like that's not a position. Like if you're a voter, it's not like you can blame Donald Trump for that. I mean, dude's been gone. He's been gone for a while. You can't blame him. You got to blame the people who are in charge now. And that's kind of an awkward place because one thing NBC wants these black voters to think is that everything is Trump's fault and you got to vote Democrat or big bad daddy Trump is going to get you. But I think I think people are starting to come around on the fact that, like, look, yeah, Trump's an idiot and he talks like an asshole and all of that stuff, but God damn, this government we have right now is incompetent. And while you may not like Trump as a person, I think you have to admit that our lives were better until COVID. Our lives were better under him, at least mine was, than they are under Biden and Harris. And I'm not willing to give Biden or Harris another shot. Buffalo Jockey with $5. Let men that identify as women compete. That's your shot at getting a W. Oh, I should compete in the women's division next year. I'm not there yet. McBuster says, no, Lyndon Johnson cared about us, didn't he? You mean the big, tall, old Southern racist Democrat? Yeah, he didn't give a shit about black people. Isn't Lyndon Johnson the one, like, when he signed the Civil Rights Act, he said, we just got the black vote for the next, 100 years or something? Like, it was all just this cynical ploy to win votes. He really was. I mean, Johnson was, like, when you think of, like, old school, just dirty politicians, you think of Lyndon Johnson. Thank you very much, Buffalo Jockey. 140 away from today. Only 140 away. Oh, my God, guys. Getting that PayPal, that Streamlabs, that Venmo, that Super Chat. Those sweet, sweet Super Chats. And Rumble. Get in there, and let's finish it off. 140 away. Thank you very much for the slow and steady, or not really slow and steady, the quick and steady climb to 0. MSO says the United States would be better off with Klebold and Harris. They get the job done. Oh, that was well timed, sir. Well timed. Be honest, MSO, did you laugh to yourself when you were writing it? When you were typing it, did you go, there's no way this one doesn't hit? If he doesn't read this one, he's a real fucking piece of shit. MSO says, of course. Yeah, like, of course you laughed to yourself about that one as you wrote it. You should. You should definitely, and use that with, like, your normie relatives who don't do gay internet shit. Like, just when you see people just out and about and they're like, hey, do you want to vote for Harris and Walls? Just be like, I'd rather vote for Klebold and Harris. And just see if either they laugh or they go, oh my God, that's the most horrific thing I've ever seen. I'll tell you this, if they're holding a clipboard, they're going to be offended. Buffalo Jockey says the Trump administration fucked I think he means fucked us during COVID, from lockdowns to Operation Warp Speed to the disastrous CARES Act. I thought his handling of COVID was shitty. I thought him sucking the vaccine's dick was kind of embarrassing. So yeah, it's easy to say now, 4 years later, that Trump dug his own grave in the 2020 election. But back then, right at the start of COVID, when, a lot of people kind of just trusted Fauci and trusted all those scientists. Remember, trust the science. That's what we were supposed to do. And then just little parts of the story started coming out, and they started not to add up. And remember, if, like, after the first round of 2-week lockdowns, you got pissed off about COVID and you thought it was all bullshit, you would catch all kinds of hell from people. All kinds of hell from people. It would just be like, how dare you? You should be listening to people with medical degrees. And I'm like, people with medical degrees are making shit up. They're lying to us. But it took a long time for, like, relatives and friends and family to feel comfortable criticizing anything COVID-19 related. All right, guys, 140 away from knocking out today. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, etc. Thank you very much. Holy shit, we've only got 40 minutes left. We are moving quick tonight. I hope you're enjoying the show, because apparently I am. This 8-year-old girl used a bat to help her dad clobber a robber. This happened here. This happened in Minnesota okay. Very little about this story is good. Most of this story is people making mistakes. But an 8-year-old fought off an armed robber at a store in Maplewood. The store, you might be asking? Big Discount Liquor Store. It's not good that an 8-year-old is beating a dude with a bat at a liquor store. I don't care if it was an innocent man or a shoplifter. We don't have our 8-year-old at the liquor store with a bat just ready to fucking crack somebody. Oh my God, and she's in the liquor store. We're going to play this clip for you in just a little bit. But it's not like they caught the guy at the liquor store and then he came out and then the daughter helped her dad. No, the daughter is, like, inside the store with a baseball bat. Just fucking dude up. Let's go check this out. Who says us Northerners can't be Southern trash, huh?
Tonight, an 8-year-old girl grabs a bat to help her father fight off an armed robber. That girl's brave save happened.
No offense, but those are pussy swings, homegirl. We need to get you some lessons. That ain't gonna hurt anybody. Not exactly Negan up there going, hi, I'm Negan, and one of you motherfuckers is gonna die. Like, it's not, it's not like if that girl starts going eeny, meeny, miny, mo, people are gonna start getting upset. Or they're gonna get worried for their safety. It's not like she's gonna walk in there going, little pig, let me in. And then he's gonna be like, oh, fuck, it's that 8-year-old. She's gonna fucking clobber me. I mean, I'm sure her father appreciates the help, and, like, every bit of pain you inflict on your enemy is a good thing, but I don't know how much those swings were getting in.
Happened while her dad worked behind a liquor store counter.
As our Ubali reports, there was only one thing going through her father's
Oh, well, that makes sense. It was bring your daughter to work day. You know what? I'm being a dick.
head.
Anything else for you today?
No. It's back to business after a big scare at Big Discount Liquor Store in Maplewood.
I'm never going to forget.
Leo says he was preparing to close the store around 9:30 Saturday night when this man walked in and wandered through the store. Surveillance video shows him wearing an Amazon uniform, reaching in his...
No, that is not the polo I've worn on the show. Before anyone gets any ideas Oh, his Amazon uniform, huh? Aaron, is that you? No. First of all, this man had a full beard. I'm not capable in such a short amount of time. Number two, that is not my polo, and my polo is a Nike polo. It's not an Amazon polo. Thank you very much. It's a golf shirt.
Pocket before setting a realistic BB gun on the counter.
Put the gun on the table. He asked me to give him all the money and everything I got in the register.
What a shitty way to rob a liquor store. You put your gun on. No, you don't leave the gun. You don't drop the gun on the table. I mean, you can brandish it. You can point it if you want to, but now you're fucked because they're going to add more to your charges. But you don't drop it down on the table and go, oh, look what I got. What if that guy was a really quick slapjack player back in the day?
And I told him, yes, I give you everything.
But behind the counter, beside Leo, his 8-year-old daughter.
I tried to talk to him and say, you know what? I got my daughter here. Can you just please put the gun down, move it away from her? I will give you everything. Take everything. It's money. I don't care. You know, I just kid up.
And then his little demon child probably snuck up behind him and fucking kneecapped him. That's not a fair fight. Your kid has no honor. Your kid is very dishonorable.
About the safety for her.
But when he started walking behind the counter,
I'm a dad. I'm not going to be let that happen.
Leo punches the man, wrestling him to the floor. Seconds later, I'm coming to the rescue. You see his brave little girl.
So I'm so proud of her. So she.
I'm so proud of my daughter. Look at her, just whooping the fuck out of this guy. That's going to be a deep hip bruise. That spot hurts.
So strong.
I told her, honey, you don't have to swing too hard. Just make sure you make contact. That's all.
Grab a baseball bat.
This is the bat. She was holding it.
Hitting the suspect before running away.
That day I would say I just...
Oh, she's getting him in the nuts.
I just want to cry when I see the video because I was like, I don't expect she do that. I expect like a little girl crying or screaming. You know?
An incredible act.
Hey, girl, like he's got your dad in a headlock now. You better shove that bat up his ass or something. Like you gotta get back to work here. You're not out of the woods, kid.
Of heroism.
And she said she wanna be defend me.
From a little girl who saw her dad needed help. In Maplewood, Uba Ali, WCCO News.
Yeah, I don't.
The MTV Video Music Awards are.
Shut up. I can't really say I endorse the idea of having your 8-year-old behind the counter of a liquor store. I mean, that's... I can't say that that's the best thing. But, good for her, I guess. I'm glad it didn't end in the guy fucking hurting anybody because if he gets loose, there's no telling what he's going to do. But she must have got enough good shots in that he got out of there. Buffalo Jockey with $5 says left versus right people are morons controlled by propaganda. Voting for the lesser of two evils still has consequences. Well, in defense of people who want to, vote for third party, like a lot of times that third party, they won't even let them on the fucking ballot. Like RFK Jr. couldn't get on the ballot in New York recently. They just won't let him on. So how are you supposed to get another option if they won't even let you vote for them in your area? It's really, really frustrating. By the way, McBuster, I just talked about her today. What the fuck is wrong with you? I just talked about her on this very show. Where have you been, buddy? You got to keep up for me. Here we go. Someone writing in saying that is you with a fake beard in your shirt, and you're blaming the bruises that were inflicted on boxing. Don't deny it. I wasn't in Maplewood. I didn't rob a liquor store. Look, I need you to believe me. That was not my shirt. It was not me. This has all just been a giant misunderstanding. Los Federales says that guy is an illegal alien and that's not even his daughter. It's just a front. They actually murdered the owner about an hour before and robbed him, and then they themselves were robbed afterwards. Oh, where the fuck did that come from? It's a hell of an imagination. Los Federales. Guys, hit like, hit subscribe tonight. We've got a bunch of other stuff we can cover. We're only 140 away from tonight's goal. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you want to throw in a couple of bucks, I would be thrilled by that. We're only 140 away, and we've got a half hour to go until we reach the end of regulation and either do overtime or don't do overtime tonight. So PayPal, actually nothing in PayPal so far tonight. So let's break that streak before we do anything else. Nothing in PayPal or Venmo this evening, which, you know, goal's going down fine. That's cool, but I want to see him get some love so we can get down to zero a little bit quicker. J.D. Vance was being interviewed by CBS's Face the Nation, and he had a really interesting idea. He talked about some pro-family policies, including raising the child tax credit to $5,000 per kid. Nice. I like that idea. As a guy who claims 2 kids every year, I like the idea of $5,000 per kid. Woo! Yeah, that one. Let's do that. Let's do the $5,000 one. That one sounds perfect for me. Because what is it now? Is it $2,000 per kid? Trump raised it to $2,000, right? It used to be $1,000. And then Trump raised it to $2,000. And now J.D. Vance wants to put it up at $5,000. Do I have that right? Well, either way, I'm for it. Ghost Jail with $5 says, I heard Red Bar purchased April and she moved to Arizona to throuple with Mike and Jules. Is this true? I can't confirm or deny. I am out of contact with one April Anderson, and I believe that we love it that way. I think we are. I would like to hope that we are both better off than we were 4 or 5 months ago. I know that's true for me. I hope it's true for her. And if Mike David bought her and she got a good price and she gets to keep the money, I mean, hell. There are worse places to restart than Arizona, for the love of Christ. So hopefully, well, you know, your lips to God's ears. What was his name? Ghost Jail. 135 is our number for tonight. There we go, guys. We're getting closer and closer. 135 is our number for tonight. All right, let's hear JD Vance out.
You've been talking about the concern about the low birth rate in the United States of America, which is well documented.
Wasn't it funny when the media tried to paint him as like a white nationalist? They're like, look at J.D. Vance saying he wants more white kids. This sounds like some 1488 shit to me. Let's take a look at his children. Fuck, why are they brown? Like, yeah, J.D. Vance is married to an Indian chick. Oh, well, you know, people who are married to Indian chicks can still be white supremacists because they can be fetishizing the minority. Anytime you bust a liberal on like the race baiting thing, like, oh, J.D. Vance just wants more white kids. And they're like, he's married to an Indian. And when you see them, their eyes roll around for a little bit and they scramble and they go, well, yeah, but you know, as soon as they get to, you know, you just go, hey, just stop. It's okay. We all make mistakes. just let it go right here. Stop the bleeding right about here.
You said people without children should pay higher tax rates than those who have children, and the U.S. should look at lowering income tax rates on women who have multiple children. Nice. And you pointed to Hungary as a model for that.
Really? Well, I'm hungry for Hungary's plan. Hey. I don't know. I like it. You don't have kids, you worthless, non-producing zilch, pay higher taxes. Good. You have kids? Wow. Good on you for being salt of the earth. Here's a nice fat tax break. Now, obviously, I'm for this plan because I have children that I claim as dependents. Naturally, if you're someone watching this show who doesn't have children, you think this is a pretty fucked up, shitty deal. Because technically, you're being punished for being responsible. Like, because I'm sure a lot of you don't have children right now because you don't feel like you have a lifestyle that really allows for children. And good on you for recognizing that and not having kids. That's good. But then the government under J.D. Vance is going to come by and go, yeah, fuck you, pay us more money. I don't like that idea. I really don't. I don't like that idea for you. I love the idea for me. just getting a shitload of money for having kids. I mean, I like my end of the deal. I just think yours is a bitch. That sucks.
How do you?
I don't think I'd vote no, though. I just go to you guys and go, oh, man, I'm really sorry. What, you want some of the money? Oh, that's illegal. I can't do it.
Plan to implement that policy?
Well, it's called the child tax credit, and we should expand the child tax credit. If you think about what the child tax credit does.
You and the Biden administration agree on the child care tax credit?
Well,
look at okay, you understand these people are supposed to be impartial. Oh, God, this shit fucking bothers me so much. Like, if you're on Biden and Harris's side, just say so. I don't like this facade that we're like the old school Edward R. Murrow unbiased media types. Just admit you're in the tank and it's fine, because this guy comes out and goes, we should raise the child tax credit and this and that. And then this woman smiles like she's got him, like she's working for Biden and Harris. Like, so you agree with the Biden-Harris administration on that? Like, that's not a fair and balanced, like I'm an impartial journalist thing. That's a, haha, I got you, you little Republican fucker. I hate this shit. And I have no problem with them doing it. What bothers me is them doing it and then going, what? We're professional journalists. No, you're in the tank. But as long as you say it, you can giggle and laugh and be stupid. That's fine. That's why I don't have a problem with MSNBC. And for the most part, I find people like Joy Reid very entertaining. Is because they tell everyone what they are well ahead of them saying anything.
Care tax credit?
Well, we think it should be bigger. I think President Trump and I believe in an expanded child tax credit, but we also importantly want to actually get this thing done. The child tax credit has languished thanks to the Biden administration because Harris has failed to show fundamental leadership. Chuck Schumer's been unable to get it through the United States Senate, and we want to have a more pro-family policy. Now,
right, because Democrats, if you do the child tax credit, Democrats then have to cut people's taxes. And Democrats are fucking allergic to cutting people's taxes. They can't seem to find a way to do it.
There was just a vote.
They can give people more free money who haven't earned it, but they can't cut working people's taxes. That just, well, because if they cut working people's taxes, that might actually mean less in the coffers for them to give to people who didn't earn it. They don't like that.
On this, you know that.
Well,
you weren't there.
But Margaret,
it was a messaging bill. I'll give you that.
It was a show vote.
I'm with you on that.
And if I had been there, it would have failed.
So tell me
I was
specifically what you want to do to expand the child care tax credit, because it's like $2,000 per kid right now.
Well, I think one of the things that you can do is make it bigger per child. I think we'd love to see it at a higher dollar value. And again, President Trump and I have proposed that. I mean, look, I'd love to see a child tax credit that's $5,000 per child. But you, of course, have to work with Congress to see how possible and viable that is. We've also
all right, J.D. Vance tries to push through $5,000 per kid. Fuck Donald Trump. I'm a J.D. Vance guy, man. Pay my fucking tax bill, kiddies.
Proposed legislation, Margaret, to end this practice of parents getting these surprise medical bills where they go to the hospital, they have a baby, they chose an out-of-network provider, and they come home with unexpected bills. I've actually sponsored.
Dude, fuck that. You can have really good insurance and you have a kid, and it's still going to cost a shitload of money. I've always had good insurance, man. And every one of my kids but one, there was like, you get one bill and you're like, wow, that's all it costs? My insurance fucking rules. And then you get a second bill like a week or two later. I don't know if it was like this for anyone else. And that bill, you're like, Jesus Christ, with insurance? And then their response is, well, I mean, we did pull a human being out of another human being and then sew everybody up and take care of them for a couple of days. It's like, oh, I guess you got me there.
Sponsored legislation to end that practice. So we have a whole host of pro-family policies that are out there. And again, on the Harris administration, I got to push back against something a little bit, Margaret, because when these comments where I said parents should pay lower taxes via the child tax credit came out, the Harris administration immediately jumped and said, we disagree with this. The Harris campaign said, we disagree with this. So that
yeah, I have a hard time believing that a Democratic administration wants to let the American people keep more of their money. I just have a really hard time with that. I wouldn't doubt that they want to let like people who are on welfare keep it, because that's, they're keeping their pay piggies, healthy too.
want the elimination of the child tax credit, or were they just being careless in responding to remarks that I made 3 years ago? I don't know. They should clarify it, maybe in an interview with you, but of course Kamala Harris refuses to do interviews with anybody.
We hope to have.
That's true. That's another thing is like Kamala Harris has been like literally dodging her press details. So when you run for president, you have a gaggle of reporters that's like assigned to you. They're like on your beat. And she like purposely like gets away from them. She skirts them. She like dips on them. She ghosts her own press people. She doesn't want to talk to them. Because she'll go into her fucking wine mom speeches and nobody will have any idea what the fuck she's babbling about, is my opinion.
Have her on and ask her about that. So the child care tax rate, you said $5,000 per child is what you would like to get to. Where would that kick in?
I'd like to have a broad-based family policy and a broad-based child tax credit, Margaret. Again, we've talked about doing this for a long time. President Trump has been on the record for a long time supporting a bigger child tax credit. And I think you want it to apply to all American families. I don't think that you want this massive cutoff for lower-income families.
Right. Oh, so you want to give this child tax credit to everyone and not punish people for being too or not successful enough. Wow, what an asshole this guy is. That's the weirdest part is like Democrats would spin this as like, oh, a victory for the 1% and J.D. Vance is giving away money to billionaires. And it's like, no, he's giving away money to people with kids. And whether they're successful in life or not should have no bearing on whether or not they get that tax credit.
Which you have right now. You don't want a different policy for higher income families. You just want to have a pro-family child tax credit.
So you have personally opposed universal child care. How do you solve the child care crisis in America?
Well, what I've opposed is one model of child care. We, of course, want to give everybody access to child care, but look, in my family, I grew up in a poor family where the child care was my grandparents. Right. And a lot of these child care proposals do nothing for grandparents. If you look at some of these proposals, they do nothing for stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home dads. I want us to have a child care policy that's good.
Okay, yeah, but you got to remember, Democrats hate stay-at-home moms. Democrats don't want stay-at-home moms because they want those women in the workplace. They want them working so they can generate more tax revenue for their social programs so that they can spend the money that these women go to work and then pay taxes on, and then the government can spend more of it. The Democratic Party, big government types in general, despise stay-at-home moms. They spit on them. So that doesn't surprise me that they wouldn't pass a bill that would help them.
Good for all families, not just a particular model of family, and that's what I've said.
So what do you mean by that? There would be like a credit per kid if it's a stay-at-home mom, credit per kid if it's grandma.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a check.
No, that's exactly what I proposed. I'm just saying that I don't want us to favor one family model over another. If you've got grandparents who are at home taking care of the kids, I think they deserve to be treated the same way as other family models by their government.
All right. Doesn't sound too bad. And again, I'd love to hear Kamala's thoughts on it, but she doesn't fucking talk about it. Michael Willeen, becoming a member for 23 months, says Aaron admits to wanting to be a welfare queen. Is it really a welfare queen if it's my money? I mean, if it's my money, that's not really a welfare queen, I wouldn't think. I'm just getting more of mine back. I would think, I guess we could have that discussion. Yeah, Los Federales, I don't get your joke, but thank you. He says, how do you solve the child care issue in America? Give all black males a vasectomy. Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck, Los Federales. It's getting real in here. Jesus. Guys, we got about 15 minutes until we start rattling the cans and seeing if we can knock out our last goal of the evening shows. Only 135 away. Let's get a little bit closer. Throw in nothing on Streamlabs, PayPal, or Venmo tonight. All quiet. It's been all Rumble and YouTube, which is cool, but let's get a little something in there, huh? We're 135 away. Help us out. Throw a little something in. We haven't been talking a lot of goal tonight. And why? Because you guys have been doing great. Keep doing great. I can shut my fucking mouth. I am Walter, becoming a member for 27 months. Said, why did the baby strawberry cry? Because his parents were in a jam. See. strawberry jam. Baby strawberry crying because its parents were murdered and put in jelly. Let's go ahead to the other side of things. So we've had J.D. Vance's take on shit. You know, and he says, people who have kids, just give them some more money. That's a good idea. Just, throw them a few bucks. Help them out a little. That's pretty cool. Los Federales, I'm sorry, I forgot, buddy. He said, sorry, bro. Just a bit frazzled today because all my shit was stolen yesterday. Yeah, I remember you told us about that. That sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I get it, though. Hurt people and all. You're just a little frustrated. It's cool. Let's knock out that 135 and call it a win for the week on these evening shows. All right, so Joe Biden is apparently pissed at the media because they're not being nice enough to him. This is the same media, by the way, that dragged his rotting corpse around the across the finish line of this presidency. This is the same media that for years pretended that this guy wasn't a walking vegetable. And then only when he went on TV and debated Donald Trump and looked like nothing but a walking vegetable did the media go, oh, man, I didn't realize until tonight that Joe Biden was in such bad shape. This is terrible. He should leave the race. It's like, come on. You knew this motherfucker was a dilapidated house, like at least 6 months into his presidency. And you didn't say a fucking thing because you thought he could get to the 4 years, beat Trump, and then serve another 4. But then he started breaking down, and you guys had to gracefully exit, so you kicked his ass right out the emergency door. So the media who's run cover for this guy, and really, like Joe Biden, I believe, has had us in an economic recession in his presidency. Negative quarters of GDP growth. I 100% believe he's had us in one recession, and we're heading for another. The media will not call it that. The media will say, Biden's got the strongest economy ever. Under Trump, the government made a bunch of people not be able to go to work, so those people got on unemployment, and the unemployment rate went up. Then Biden became president, and he went, all right, we're going to allow everyone to go back to their jobs now. And then they went, it's the highest job growth of any president. And you're like, anyone who repeats that and believes it, I just look at him and go, you understand that's what makes the rest of them think that we're the dumbest motherfuckers who ever lived. Because you believe this horse shit they feed you, they're going to keep feeding it to the rest of us. Thanks a lot. Like, yeah, it's easy to get great job growth when just before you take the job, you won't let anybody go to work. And then the minute you take the job, you go, all right, everybody, back to work. You're like, it's the most amount of people getting work ever at one time. Yeah, no shit. Funny how that works. And what did it cost us? Just the entire economy. No big deal. So let's watch Joe Biden. In this clip here, Joe Biden is going to kind of give the press shit for not supporting him enough. They couldn't be supporting him more than if they shoved a pole up his ass and made him a puppet.
Mr. President, has the U.S. beat inflation, Mr. President?
Yes. I told you we're going to have a soft landing. We're going to have a soft landing. My policies are working. Start writing that way, okay?
And Mr. President,
anyway, thank you.
You hear that? Yeah, my policies are working. Start writing that way. So the president goes out in front of the media and tells them how they should be writing. He just goes out, like the fucking nerve of this guy. He just goes out there and tells the media, hey, my shit's working. It's doing great, all right? Now you fucking start writing that way. What a dick. He really is. And he always has been a fucking asshole. Like he's never been. That's the weirdest thing about Biden is that, and this is why I have a hard time believing anything about that last election, is that this is Joe Biden. This is the guy who couldn't get more than 5% in a Democratic primary his entire career, every time he ran for president, which was 3 or 4 times before this. Could not get more than 5% in a primary. Then all of a sudden, when he's 78 years old and they won't let him leave a basement that he campaigns in. Then all of a sudden this guy's, oh man, the country just all of a sudden fell in love with Joe Biden and they just think he's great. Like, what? Like, even his own party has called this guy a retard for the last 30 years. And we're now going to sit here and go, oh man, Joe's our guy. Joe's the answer to this country. Joe's so good. Oh man. Oh, remember when he was Barack Obama's vice president? Wasn't he great? Oh, you mean like when Barack Obama hated his fucking guts all 8 years he was in there? Mr. Beat says, I don't want no Guatemalan kidney. I don't know what that means. Cheeseburger Pie says, did you know that all the illegals and homeless are just the American version of the Chinese people's organ farms? What the fuck? Did my uncle enter the chat? What the hell is going on here? Guys, we are 135 away from knocking out tonight's goal. It's so close I can taste it. It's a perfect week of shows. We just got to knock out the last two. So if you got a few bucks to throw our way, now's the time. Throw 5, 10, 20 bucks at us. We got a great streak going. 16 straight goals knocked out. I'd like to keep it that way, guys. Throw us a few bucks. The links are in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, Venmo. Let's make our money. Let's just make that money, keep Steel Toe in business, keep it operating. We appreciate it. And tonight, up until just like the last few minutes here, you guys have been going very well. I mean, especially that first hour. You guys have been crushing it. So if you haven't thrown in yet tonight, or if you haven't thrown in this week or this month, I mean, now's the perfect time. 135 is very, very doable, and we've got 10 minutes to go. I'm really going to beg the shit out of you in about 5 minutes. So let's see if we can't knock it down before then, and we can save ourselves a little errand begging at the end of the show here. This was a weird drug story out of Georgia. I don't think I've ever heard meth smuggled this way. Let's take a listen.
Largest meth seizure we've ever had here in DEA Atlanta, and it's the third largest seizure total DEA-wide of methamphetamine.
DEA Special Agent Robert Murphy says the joint effort resulted in $3 million of meth being taken off the streets.
We received information that led us to a tractor trailer that was coming across the Mexican border. We weren't sure on the destination, and we were able to put it down at a large delivery at the Atlanta Farmers Market.
Wow, that's interesting. So if it's a bunch of people coming across the border, we can't catch it. If it's the DEA getting their hands on millions of dollars worth of meth, boy, are they Johnny on the spot right on that border. So it's not that we can't do border security, it's that we choose not to. Great. Why don't, so $3 million worth of meth, that's a really good seizure. Let's just start putting dollar values on the heads of illegals, and then maybe they'll be more likely to seize them and send them back. But did you hear where they took where the shipment was headed to? Go back to that part.
We were able to put it down at a large delivery at the Atlanta Farmers Market.
The 2,300.
So the $3 million in meth showed up at a delivery drop for a farmer's market in Atlanta.
100 pounds of meth was hidden in a shipment of celery, which officials say was driven from Mexico to the Atlanta's farmers market in Clayton County.
It is.
I'll be real with you. There is no better juxtaposition of shit that's good for you versus shit that'll kill you than farm fresh vegetables and methamphetamine. It's too good.
It's the produce terminal for the southeastern United States. And if drugs are moved.
That is a tiny fucking guy. Look at the guy behind him. This is the smallest little man I've ever seen. Oh my God. Look at this little DEA guy. Oh no, that's the Department of Agriculture. I was going to say, that's that tiny little DEA fella. Holy shit. The corn is higher than him by the 4th of July. Jesus Christ, that's a tiny little guy.
Moving through there is a possibility for food contamination, and we know that.
No shit, you think? Hey, does this celery taste like speed to you? Nah, let's put a little peanut butter on it. We'll be fine.
So it's important that we keep our consumers safe.
Agriculture.
You know what? Somebody see if the Riquetas went to a farmer's market. That might explain all of the 9-year-old nonsense. Maybe they're right. Maybe it was all bullshit. Maybe somebody at a fucking farmer's market was dicking around. This needs to be looked into. Fucking you feed your kids ants on a log, little celery, little peanut butter, little raisins, and all of a sudden they're ping pong balling off the fucking walls. What happened?
Patrol officials say the entire load of celery that the meth was packed in was destroyed, and now they have a message for the cartel responsible.
Stop growing celery. Sorry. Is that not the message? Stop your agriculture now.
To those that want to use agriculture as a means to an end and a cover for criminal activity, you will be caught, you will be prosecuted, and you will go to prison.
Easy there, Mighty Mouse. It's nothing like a 4'9" guy yelling at me to really put the fear of God into me. I tell you what. $3 million worth of meth in a celery shipment. It's not dumb. It's not the worst. It's not the worst fucking idea of smuggling I've ever heard. Von Kaiser with $10 says, let's point this shit west into the chest of the still beating heart of the night. There you go, Von Kaiser. Thank you very much. 125 away from tonight's goal. Guys, it's almost begging time. Let's see if we can do this. Buffalo Jockey with $10 says junkies need drugs, supply and demand. Well, yeah, and farmers markets need celery. I see where that marriage comes in. Los Federales says, guarantee that guy has inserts in his shoes. Yeah, Das Optic Nerve says, LOL, at least lower the mic. Right? At least lower the mic for this poor fella so he can... Das Optic Nerve says, why did they use stock footage of Nick's basement for the drug haul shot? Von Kaiser says, keep the meth, destroy the celery. Buffalo Jockey, I think I've only admitted what you wrote 50 times. I got to be honest, it's kind of boring at this point. You know, what's the point of acknowledging what you've done wrong if other people are just going to go, you know, you did that thing. Yes, I know. That's something I've very much owned up to. Probably more than I need to. All right, guys, here we go. We got 5 minutes left in tonight's show, or we're adding 30 minutes of overtime to it. What do you got for us? Let's grab you by the ankles and shake you loose. What have you got for the old toe? We did you a good 2-hour show. Looked great, sounded great, felt great, moved fucking quick, too. Let's see if we can get that 115 knocked out. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. Buffalo Jockey with $5 says drugs are way more fun than celery. There's a reason you use alcohol as a drug. There's a reason you use... Well, what else are you going to use it for? A vegetable? Of course you're going to use it as a drug, buddy. All right, that's it. That's Buffalo Jockey starting the rally. $110 away from knocking out tonight's goal, calling it a 17-show win streak, knocking it out and calling it a W. Let's go in there at $110. Let's go into Streamlabs. Let's go into PayPal. Let's everybody come in and rescue this show. What do you say? 4.5 minutes to go. Oh, that's right. You guys are saying you can use alcohol as an antiseptic. Good point. That really makes me sound like a drunk, huh? Really makes me sound like a drunkie. When I say, alcohol, what other use is there for it than getting fucked up? I walked into that one. Your free bitches got me blocked on both shows, butt fucker. You hate free speech and you are gay. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is, but identify yourself. What did you do to them? I mean, I trust them. I've jailbreaked 9 million people, and they still don't fucking behave themselves. I trust my guys. Sorry, don't bitch to me. Let me know what you did. All right, $110 away, guys. We got 4 minutes to go. We almost got 3 minutes to go. Oof, we got to do this thing. Bigot on Socialist Media says no one was blocked on Rumble tonight. Yeah, I didn't see that either. $20 from Zachary. Thank you very much. Appreciate that $20 over on Venmo. All right, we are 90 away from knocking it out tonight. We're getting close. Thank you, numero uno, Josh Denny fan, for the $2. Let's just plug other people's shows in the chat. I appreciate it. I wish I didn't like that guy so much, or I'd chastise him for that. But I like the guy. All right, 3 minutes to go. We got 3 minutes left. Buffalo Jockey with $5 says drinking at 10 a.m. on a Sunday on a golf course makes you a drunk. I mean, does it? Because I am engaging in some kind of activity. So, I mean, technically, it's all right. That's how I justify it. All right, only $85 away from hammering out tonight's goal and making it a perfect week of evening shows. Thank you very much. 2.5 minutes left. It can be done. $85 in 2.5 minutes. We can do that. That's only double digits. Streamlabs, PayPal, Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. So very close. So very close. Mr. Beat says, my Rumble keeps crashing. Fucking bullshit. About to go back to YouTube. I'm sorry. Yeah, I hear people have been having trouble with Rumble lately. All right, guys, 2-minute warning. Just a few 5s and 10s. That's all we need. Few 5s and 10s. I mean, a couple of 20s work well, too, I guess. But just a few more, and we can knock out this 85, and we can call it a perfect week of evening shows for the Toe. 1.5 minutes to go. You guys can do this. Let's team up. Let's knock this out. Los Federales says, I owe you $20, Aaron. Those are just as good as donos, sir. Those are IOUs. Chris Benoit says, Melton apparently has had gay interactions. That's so disgusting. I mean, but is it surprising? Really? $80 away from tonight. Let's get it. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan says, can we listen to some Calypso tunes on Rumble Friday? And then the old red bar 444. Thank you, buddy. Buffalo Jockey with $50 on Rumble says, getting drunk at 10 a.m. and beating your wife is acceptable. It's an activity. Fucking hell, you are on tonight, buddy. $35 away from tonight's goal. Oh, we are close. 35 away. We got 30 seconds left in regulation. You guys are getting overtime on credit, though, because you're inside of $50. 35 left to go. And then 10 from Spencer. Thank you, Spencer. $25 away from 3 evening show wins this week and another win for the Toe. Another perfect week of evening shows for the Toe. All right. We've got 15 seconds left in regulation, and then we got to knock out that last $25 during the half hour of overtime. Are you ready? Let's get the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now the number is officially $25 for overtime. Remarkably doable. I'm proud of you guys. Thank you very much for your generosity. You're the absolute best audience there is, keeping this tiny little show afloat so 3 guys can fucking, do shows together and we can pay them and all that fun shit. Appreciate it, boys and girls. Now let's just all team up together during the next half hour. Hammer out that last 25, and we're good. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan with another $2 says, we're hitting the goal tonight. Do your plugs, and then another red bar link. I've never had a problem with Mike. He gave me shit once. I gave him shit back. I don't think he liked me giving him shit the way we did, but I think he likes us. I like Mike, and Mike likes me. There's no bad blood there. Spencer with another $10. Thank you, buddy. Look at that. You know what that means? 15 away from knocking out tonight. It's only 15. There you go. Links are in the chat, both Rumble and YouTube. Do what you can. $15 is nothing. You guys have got this. We've got plenty to talk about. What was that? Los Federales said he sent me a link on Twitter. Let me check that out really quick. What did he send me? Shared a post. New Zealand Food Bank. Oh, yeah, we have this actually for tomorrow's show. Los Federales. The New Zealand Food Bank that distributed candy made from a potentially lethal amount of methamphetamine. Yeah, it's going to be a bitch getting that all back. That's going to, I mean, is it like out there? So the food bank distributed it. Oh, no, you're going to have a hell of a time figuring out. Well, I guess you will figure out who got it because, just watch the ER, right? $2 from numero uno Josh Denny fan says, Adam, call this episode Red Bar is live. I may be showing too much of a soft spot for numero uno Josh Denny fan, but I like him. I think, you know what? I think that's kind of the charm of this show. And I think that's why it drives so many people nuts. Is like the stuff that other streamers and other shows go, why are you doing that? We kind of laugh and have fun with it. Like, so what? He puts fucking Red Bar's link in there. What, are people going to go watch Red Bar's show and enjoy it and have a good time and not listen to us? Red Bar does a show once every 2 weeks. Got to have something to listen to on the daily. Liking somebody else doesn't mean you can't like this show. So thank you, numero uno Josh Denny fan. By the way, he sent me a thing of Kevin Brennan going over our show from today, talking about Chad. And the vibe I got from numero uno Josh Denny fan was that Brennan would go from like complimenting us and being really nice to us and then just being pissed off at us and yelling at us and then just going back and forth between those two emotions the entire clip. So I'm excited to watch it for myself and then play it for you guys tomorrow morning. I'm excited. Numero uno Josh Denny fan with $5 says 5 minutes. Thank you, numero uno. And we're only $10 away from knocking out tonight's goal. You guys want to do that like a buck at a time again? Every time I try to do the buck at a time thing, it gets fucked up and somebody just drops in the 10 and ruins the whole bit. But thank you guys very much for your kindness and generosity to this program. We're only $10 away from calling it a win tonight. I just wanted to read this story real quick. It is kind of a mirror held up to the city of San Francisco and how bad their shoplifting is and their crime and the lawlessness and everything else. But it is like, it's a cheap Ricada joke too. The last Denny's in San Francisco has closed over a plague of Dine and Dashers. And, the reason they had so many Dine and Dashers at the San Francisco Denny's is because all the cops kept forgetting what they ordered, so they stopped going there.
Much like Mr. Rackets.
It's really one of the absolute worst fucking jokes of all time. And the fact that the guy sitting there gave it the reaction that it deserved. And then Nick got mad at him for like going, it's a fucking terrible joke. I don't know what to tell you. I don't. Like, it was the aftermath of the joke was as uncomfortable, if not more uncomfortable, than the actual Denny's joke. It's bad news, man. The whole thing, just, what do you call it? It was snake bit from Jump Street. Call this segment Red Bar Overtime, says Los Federales. Maybe. We might have to call them. We might just have to name this one Red Bar after numero uno Josh Denny fan. All right, guys. Thank you very much for your contributions. Chris Benoit with $10 says, I'm about to watch Red Bar shit on Melton. Well, thank you, Chris Benoit, for your money this week. You've been very generous. That's it. We knocked it out. It's another win for the toe, and back down to 0, guys. Thank you very much. We've got one final goal tomorrow morning, and then it's on to Rumble Friday and your links and your drop-ins and everything else. Thank you guys so much. Anything you guys throw in from now until the end of the show will go towards tomorrow. So thank you very, very much. You wonderful you wonderful little shitbags. I'm really nervous about my Vikings. I got to admit, man, if Jordan Addison is okay, I guess it's not so bad. Like, if he's not going to miss any time, that's fine. But I was really looking forward to J.J. McCarthy getting some playing time this year. I really am. I really was. And, like, his injury really bums me the fuck out because, like, we had Sam Bradford in 2017, and he was looking like a Pro Bowler that first game of the year. And then his knee just blows up on him. And then 2015, Teddy Bridgewater is looking like our franchise quarterback. Like, man, we got this. This is looking good. Like, Teddy Bridgewater is the shit. He's going to be a good, like, game managing, not turning the ball over quarterback. And his fucking leg falls off at practice. Untouched, non-contact, just his fucking leg fell off and he almost died. Like, no shit, almost died. And then you get this guy, the 10th overall pick. He's looking great in practice. You know, his first preseason game, he's a stud. And then his knee falls off too, and he needs season-ending surgery. It just... And that 4th-round draft pick dies. Our guys are literally dying. They're dropping dead their rookie seasons. And then one of your star receivers gets carted off the field. Can we wrap Justin Jefferson in bubble wrap and not let him practice or play in games until like week 9? Please. I would appreciate it. Numero uno, Josh Tenney fan with $2 more says the enemy of our enemy is our friend. Toe heads, red bar is king. I gotta love the guy. What can I say? Numero uno, Josh Tenney fan is going to bring us and red bar closer together. Charles Barkley, I thought this was interesting. So Charles Barkley, who does the NBA on TNT. And I think that the NBA on TNT might be the greatest sports pre- and post-game show of all time. Right up there with, I think, the Fox 9 guys, or it's Fox 9 here. The Fox Sports, the Fox NFL Sunday guys. I think those are 1 and 2 for, and maybe I would say 1990s to early 2000s Baseball Tonight. Like the best sports pre- and post-game shows ever. And a lot of it has to do with their personalities. Like Baseball Tonight had Peter Gammons, who was like a fucking encyclopedia of baseball shit. And Chris Berman hosting, and he was the energy. Then Fox NFL Sunday, you had James Brown. Now you have Kurt Menefee. But you had Howie and Terry and Michael Strahan and all these other guys. And Jimmy Johnson. They're just fucking good. Just do a great job. And then you've got the NBA on TNT where, like, honestly, Shaq and Charles Barkley could start fist fighting each other any one of these seasons. Like, it could happen. I think they've actually, like, tackled each other and shit on the air. Well, Charles Barkley says that rival networks were trying to break up the NBA on TNT by hiring Charles away and starting their own thing. Charles Barkley is claiming that he turned down $100 million by staying at TNT. No shit. We've got a clip here from the Dan Le Batard show. And I don't know how accurate this is. You know, this could be Charles just talking shit. And I think there's still, like, there was talk that they were going to be done doing the NBA on TNT after this season, but I think they got the contract. I think they got it renewed. But on the Dan Le Batard show, I guess Charles Barkley went on. And he said, yeah, I lost out on $100 million by staying loyal to TNT. Now, I only have one response, if that's true. Charles Barkley is fucking stupid. I mean, dude, I know you like working with Peter and Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal and all those guys, but like, dude, there's loyalty, which is admirable, and that's nice. Teach your kids about it. And then there's turning down $100 million, which every working class person in America should be allowed to DDT you on a cement floor for. I mean, I just want to say that I turned down $100 million to stay on the NBA on TNT. Well, that's fucking retarded, Chuck. Why did you do that? Oh, I just love those guys so much. Send them a fucking Christmas card. Fly them out to your new job every once in a while. $100 million, asshole.
Number one thing for me is my people at Turner get to keep their jobs for at least another year. And that's all I was concerned with.
Oh, so they signed the Turner people signed a 1-year deal for the NBA on TNT. Okay, that's interesting.
Charles, how much money do you think that you left on the table in making that decision concerned about others?
A minimum of $100 million.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's nice of him to think of the crew and to think of the light guys and the cameramen and the producers and all that. That's really sweet, dude. But if I'm like, I don't know if Charles has kids or not, but like, And I'm glad I don't know. Like, the less I know about famous people, the better I feel about what nosy of a bitch I am. But, like Charles Barkley, if I'm one of his kids and I hear that he turned down $100 million, I kind of want to strangle him a little bit.
A minimum.
Man. Yeah, because I imagine it was a lot of fun to be you recently, right? In free agency, that had to feel good even as you're thinking to yourself in these meetings, because I talked to you a little bit at least. You're like, I'm not.
Yeah, 100%. It was a great feeling. And I want to thank all those networks for reaching out to me. It was really humbling and cool.
Wait, 100 million just like this year they were going to offer you $100 million deals to come and do basketball? Are you out of your fucking mind? I thought he meant like over the course of the last decade doing the NBA on TNT shit. He's saying he turned down $100 million this year for a one-year deal with Turner? Fuck, dude. You know how, like, when I came out with all my revelations of, like, what I've been up to and what I've been lying to you guys about, you know, and hiding from you guys? I guess hiding from you, not really lying, hiding it from you. And I finally came clean about, like, this is what we've been doing. This is why we're dragging ass on the show. This is why we look like shit, you know, falling asleep on the air and everything else. And I kind of explained it to you. And then people would say, wow, I think you're kind of oversharing. I think you're actually telling us, like, too much. I get that now. I understand that now when I'm watching Charles Barkley say, oh, yeah, by going back to TNT this year, I probably turned down like $100 million. Fuck. Charles, do us a favor. Just don't tell us that shit next time. Just do you, buddy, and just make your decision and don't explain it to us.
It was humbling and cool. And so I really, it was really humbling and cool, to be honest with you. But I wasn't even like I said, Dan, even though they were throwing crazy numbers, I was like, damn. Yeah, but as long as I got my people safe at TNT, man, I feel really good. Like I said,
now, at turning down $10 million for that, that's noble. That's actually really cool. That's great. At $100 million, you could send all of those people $1 million. They would be taken care of, Chuck. Gee, probably just send them $250,000, they'd be happy. You still could have taken care of those people and got yourself $100 million.
Say, they're going to pay me to go and talk about nothing, so I can't look a give horse in the mouth.
Before we
Hey, Dan, I probably would have had to do an honest day's work if I went to one of those other networks.
I mean, I think even like the people that he kept in business at the people he kept in business at, what do you call it? TNT would probably even look at him and go, bro, fucking $100 million? $100 million you turned down? I mean, thank you. That's nice. Thanks for keeping me employed, but I'd have found a job, bro. You could have went and taken the $100 million. Jesus. Bigot on Socialist Media said overpaying. I mean, they wanted Chuck, man. Charles Barkley for basketball coverage is a draw. I get it. He's probably the star of that show. Approachable says no, fuck him. He could have taken that extra $100 million and given each of those members he was trying to protect $1 million and still had some left over. This dude's a moron. Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking wild thing to admit on national television. Yeah, I'll probably turn down $100 million. Why? My first question would have been, American? Hey, maybe, are you sure you're not talking about Zimbabwean dollars, or are we talking about, you know, the old petro dollar there, Chuck? You ain't getting my money says, how you going to feel when Minnesota gives up a first-round pick to Howie Roseman for Kenny Pickett? I mean, if history repeats itself, didn't we give you guys, wait a minute, you ain't getting my money, didn't we give you guys a first and a second for Sam Bradford? I thought you guys got 2 picks out of us in that Bradford deal. Yeah, Los Federales says 99% of the world doesn't see that money in a lifetime, right? Like, don't you just kind of feel like with Charles Barkley, you want to tell him, like, bro, just don't inform me of that shit. Like, that's cool and all that you feel like you've been a loyal soldier, and that's, you know, like I said, that's great. But next time, just don't tell me. I would appreciate it. It hurts a lot to hear a guy casually say, I'll turn down $1 million. You're like, I don't ever want to hear that again. That hurts. You know, the things most of the people watching you would do to somebody else to get $100 million? Start with ripping out all their fingernails happily and whistling while you do it. What's the deal? Why the hell is Sylvester Stallone trending? Oh, thank God he didn't die. Okay. Whew. I was really worried that Sylvester Stallone was dead. Because he's trending on Twitter, and I went, uh-oh, what is it? And it's just people having a little goof, having a little fun with his, like, the history of his career and posting clips and memes and shit. Whew. Thank goodness. When these guys are in their 70s and 80s and shit, I can't have them trending on Twitter without explanation first off. Mr. Beat says, do you think they would notice if Jimmy Kimmel showed up in blackface? No, because doesn't the entire entertainment industry forget that ever happened now? Jimmy Kimmel, blackface? No idea what you're talking about. He's always been a straight shooter to us. It's amazing, man. It is really crazy that the minute you start sucking the machine's dick, the machine forgives you of all your sins until you stop sucking its dick. Like, how many times have we seen somebody get out of pocket and get out of hand and betray the machine, and they go ahead and they drug up, you know, like texts or what am I thinking? Tweets and Facebook posts and shit from like 10 years ago. And they go, oh man, we didn't realize what a piece of shit this guy was. Well, he's clearly out of here. I mean, they do that all the time to people. Jimmy Kimmel, though, like, Jimmy's a good boy. Jimmy plays the game. Jimmy says all the political propaganda they need. He'll go on his comedy show. He'll sabotage his own comedy show to go on and carry water for a different, you know, political tribe. And then guess what? They all forget about the blackface. They all forget about the misogynist shit he did on the Man Show. He gets all of it washed away, all of it forgiven, as long as he carries the water. What a great deal. But then it's kind of like the Charles Barkley $100 million thing. Like, how much does Jimmy Kimmel make in a year? Right? How much does Jimmy make in a year? Probably about $20 million. Jimmy Kimmel salary. Okay, $15 million a year. And for that $15 million a year for what? The last 10 years? So he's made $150 million bucks. And all he has to do is carry water for the establishment and not be as funny as he used to be. If you got a family and shit, that's worth it. For sure. Das Optic Nerve says Stallone is trending because scientists made a recreation of what Adam, as in Adam and Eve, would look like. And it looked like Sylvester Stallone. I just don't think you should eat that apple, you know. That's a terrible Stallone impression. Jesus Christ, I should just quit. You guys okay with overtime being 9 minutes shorter? I almost feel like I'm punishing you at this point. MSO says, you've got to be happy, Aaron, that one comment on your shirt. Not what? Did anyone say anything about my shirt tonight? They better not have. I like my shirt. I think I have a lovely shirt on tonight. Nobody better have said anything mean about it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you did, that hurt my feelings. It would. It would make me feel bad. I'm sorry. MSO says not one comment on your shirt. Okay, good. I mean, I guess no. I would like comments on my shirt. I would like positive comments on my shirt. I would like to hear how nice my shirt looks tonight. And how nice I look in it, like this neckline that I've got here. And how I look, you know, in better shape. The shoulders are coming in again, you know, and maybe the chest area isn't as titified as it used to be. I would like to hear that once in a while. You know, it makes a girl feel good. Bigot on Socialist Media said, I didn't think it was worth giving you shit about. Not a bad shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts, actually. It's one of my favorites. MSO says, good luck with that. Well, you know, a girl can dream. Das Optic Nerve says, I've been trying to craft a good insult for that shirt all night. I mean, don't hurt yourself. The gay F word always works in a pinch, I've found. Hey, you want a story about how big a piece of shit the Disney corporation is? There's a lady who's suing Disney over a wrongful death at their, I believe, at their parks. Listen to how they weaseled their way out of this and tell me that this isn't a fucking heartless corporation. Let's hit play on this story from
a new
CNN.
legal hurdle for a man who filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Disney.
Oh, man. I think a woman died. It was a man who filed the suit.
Over the death of his wife. She died last October from a severe allergic reaction after eating at a restaurant in Disney Springs, where he says the waiter guaranteed the couple that certain foods could be made allergen-free. Now, Disney is trying to get the case dismissed. And
fuck. So they told them that, yeah, if you got food allergies, don't worry. We'll make this food like totally allergy-free for you. And then she ate it, and she was like, you never assume people are going to be that fucking allergic to food that what, their throat swells shut and they choke to death? When I think of food allergies, I think of like Will Smith in Hitch. You know, they're going to itch a little, maybe get some hives, you know, maybe go, you know. I don't think somebody's going to fucking die over their food allergy. Jesus. I mean, how do people get born that way and make it to adulthood? If you eat, like if a peanut kills you, or a sesame seed kills you, how did you make it? Like not running into those things like fucking by accident. And like your parents deserve the Congressional Medal of Honor if you made it to adulthood. Because like your parents kept you away from one of the most common foods in the world. And if you would have had one of them, you would have fucking died. And now here you are into adulthood. Your parents deserve a reward.
Sent to arbitration based on terms he agreed to years ago when he signed up for a free 1-month trial of Disney Plus. The company also claims it should be shielded based on the man using one of its websites to buy tickets to Epcot.
Oh, you see what this is? Do you see what these dirty motherfuckers are doing to this poor man? So he's filing a wrongful death lawsuit against them because they killed his wife by lying to her about the food they were serving. And then Disney said, hey, when he went to arbitration with us and we agreed on terms, this motherfucker got a free Disney Plus subscription. The wrongful death lawsuit is null and void. What? Are you fucking kidding me? This poor bastard who lost his wife took a free month of Disney Plus and then bought a ticket to Epcot online. And now you're like, we don't have to pay him shit, dude. He got Epcot and Disney Plus. I don't know what the fuck he's bitching about. Ooh, that is some, those are some heartless motherfuckers at Disney Legal. I guess they're used to it. I mean, when you got to cover up all your producers and shit, you know, molesting children, I guess you kind of get used to covering shit up and not feeling bad for it. Oh, but that's so bad. I hope they lose. Like, I hope a judge says, no, this lawsuit can go forward. Because at least then they're going to have to look in the mirror and go, oh, man, I actually tried that shit. Like, I actually tried to get that lawsuit thrown out by, you know, this grieving widower buying Disney Plus and an Epcot ticket. I would be so fucking funny. Or how about they win, like they get it, and this poor guy is just sitting there like, I was mourning my wife. I just wanted to go to Epcot. I'm kind of a fucking dork, and I wanted to go to Epcot. And Disney's like, sorry, fucko. We don't owe you a goddamn penny now. Enjoy It's a Small World, you dick. People are going to be like, Aaron, that's Magic Kingdom, you fucking retard. All right, enjoy the beers around the world. Is that Epcot? Where they got all the different restaurants? There, I did that one. Fuck.
Joining us now is defense attorney Misty Maris. Misty, I'm pretty sure nobody thinks when they sign up for Disney Plus, a free 1-month trial, that they're signing their rights away to a jury trial if something goes wrong.
Yeah. You got a free month of all the Marvel movies. What are you bitching about your wife for, you dick? If anything, you're snowing us.
Is that normal?
It's absolutely a very novel legal argument, Jessica. This is something that Disney is looking to do because they want to keep this out of the courtroom and before a jury. Arbitration is often a venue that's seen as more favorable to the defendant, especially with a sympathetic case like this, where you have someone who died from an allergic reaction, have it before a judge behind closed doors. But look, when I went through this Disney agreement and I read it in anticipation of this story and covering it with you today, it relates directly to the app. Remember, these are contracts. A reasonable person is not going to think that signing up for Disney Plus is going to take away any right when they're physically in one of the Disney parks. And that's going to be part and parcel of the plaintiff's argument, not to look at just the arbitration agreement that's in here, the contractual language, but to look at it in total, in context with the other provisions.
I'm surprised Disney, like while his wife was choking to death, didn't go like, oh man, we're really sorry about this. Here you go. Here's a $20 gift card and a ticket to Magic Kingdom. There you go, buddy. And then when he goes to sue, they're like, we gave him $20 and a Magic Kingdom ticket. We're clear. God, Disney is a fucking evil company. How can a company that's brought so many people so much joy historically just be so fucking mean? That's really bad. Bigot on socialist media says Disney isn't Disney anymore. I never paid much attention to it. I just wonder when the seeds were planted to change it into devil-worshipping dog shit. Some people would argue it always has been. Taste Fairy Ialto says, that's bullshit. You don't have to pay to get into Disney Springs. But that's the bullshit. Mr. Beat says, I've got friends with a kid who is allergic to everything. His parents would have made great Nazis. Jesus Christ. Redman says, I think they are saying the terms of agreement for Disney Plus stated he agreed to arbitration for any dispute with Disney. Fuck. So they might actually have him, huh? God. Well, I tell you what, guys, that's all for tonight. Thank you very much. We got a great show coming up for you tomorrow. I'm very excited. MSO, I agree with you. Thank you very much. You're the most generous audience out there. Mwah. I love you. It's been a perfect week of evening shows. We appreciate you sharing your night and your wealth with us. We couldn't be here without you. We'll be back again tomorrow morning, knocking out that last goal of the week. Thank you, everybody, and have a great rest of your night.